Darrell Hammond's here, Robin. He's Darrell Hammond is the real talented guy on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, the guy they build every other cast around.
The guy who they can't live without, or else they'd have nobody to do impressions.
Yeah, after they get him, they can put everybody else in place.
Bibbidi-bibbidi-bibbidi-bop.
Is he the longest running?
Yeah, I think Darrell is at this point. Hey, Darrell.
What? Hey.
He's lost a lot of weight. What's he doing?
Oh, man. You look thin.
Are you anorexic?
He must be dating again. What's the state of your marriage?
I don't know.
Oh, he's dating.
Oh, my God.
You don't lose weight.
Hi there.
Right, Artie?
Hi.
Well, that's what happens.
He's not
Usually.
getting any sun, though. He must just be sleeping with these women.
He's white, man.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
You still married or not?
I don't know how that's happening.
Yeah.
It's kind of a situation. You know how it is when life is confusing and stuff like that. I mean,
Darrell's
there's
already
a lot
been
of-
married to the same woman twice.
It's complicated.
right?
Complicated.
Haven't you married your wife twice?
It's like 3 times.
3 times?
No, it was twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Comedians are all fucked up.
No, we've heard this story before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Complete mess.
Why is that? Why are comedians so...
You don't consider yourself, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But I'm not even that funny. I can't do impressions.
Stop it. You know, I'm goofy. So what?
So what's going on with the love life? You got a girlfriend or what?
You listen. You know, I think there's a lot of things that. I'm going to answer this like a politician.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Answer it as...
Like say no. Let me just say this. Let me say it like give like a non-answer. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that there's a lot of things that we consider from time to time. I mean, certainly having a girlfriend is one of those things. Having a job, the kind of job you want is. We live in a post-9/11 world. Everyone is trying to learn as they go. We're flying by the seat of our pants. We're trying to put a whole thing together, and that's exactly what we're doing.
You know what I love about guys?
How's that? Like that one, Robin?
Darrell,
that was good.
I like when you ask Darrell, like you ask him a simple question. Are you married anymore? And he doesn't know if he's married
I
anymore.
know, I know. That's a comedian.
That's a comedian. That's a guy who knows how to make people laugh. You're in a tough situation. I sense that as a kid you felt deprived of love and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And now you're on Saturday Night Live. There's hot chicks involved in that. Audience members who want to have sex with you. And it's tough. It's tempting.
It is. It looks in the whole. Yeah, I think it's tempting. It's a post 9/11 world, and everyone's trying to learn how to get by, and that's exactly what we're doing.
What do you? So you're in negotiations with Saturday Night Live right now?
I don't know. You know, like every summer we have like some talks, and I guess we're going to start to have those talks pretty soon, and we'll see.
You got them by
So
the
it's
balls.
from year to year.
Yeah, and it's not like a weirdness to it. I mean, we've known each other a long time. Just sort of-
Who handles it? Lauren himself, or?
Like, he's obviously overseeing the whole affair.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot.
So what's the hang up? I mean, you want a lot more money and they don't want to give it to you?
It's not even a hang up. We haven't even started talking about it. We talked about it and we're leaning in that direction. But I mean, there are lawyers coming in. And
You're in the driver's seat.
Listen,
Not too many guys can do this list.
What do you got over
Bill
there?
Clinton, Al Gore, Giuliani, Jay Leno, Barney Fife.
You do Hillary Clinton, she seems to be a front runner.
You don't do any women.
No.
There's
Is
no
she
women
the
on
front
here.
runner?
Who knows? I just
I
thought
want
I'd
to come
throw
back
in
like
if
in a
you
month
could do.
and do some more for you. There's a couple I'm going to learn coming up there, I think. Yeah.
You don't do Barack Obama yet.
No. But I want to come back. If you guys, when I do Caroline's in a month or something. But
Who are you working on?
nothing. I've been trying to work on this spelling bee, but
Spelling bee.
Imus was pretty funny this year.
Do you do Imus?
I did Imus, dude.
No, I never heard that.
I wish I wouldn't have said it. I'm sorry that I said it, but I was using my words. I was talking.
Yeah, he doesn't ever actually say anything. I
It
never know
was
what the, in
stupid.
fact, you're almost too clear
Too
in your.
articulate, yes.
I'm an idiot.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Artie, you must respect. Artie, you must
I
respect
was
Darrell
talking.
because Artie had to do impressions for Mad TV all the
my
time,
God.
and you said it was
just
torturous.
The hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, they would make you listen to tapes, and it was so funny. I could get it right before a take, maybe if I heard it, and I go,
Right.
all right, I got the voice for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And you just
It's hard.
respect that talent so much once you try it, absolutely.
And this is the pressure of, because you're probably getting that stuff, topical stuff, you're getting at the last minute. And stuff.
Yeah, well, I remember they gave me, it was the mid-90s, It was probably the first year you started on SNL.
Yeah.
In 95. They gave me like Newt Gingrich and who the fuck
Newt
does Newt
Gingrich is hard.
And I'd have to listen to him give speeches and then just go right into it.
Yeah, there's really nothing much there.
And just sort of get in the ballpark.
Is that how it works for you on Saturday Night Live? Do you have to, like, do the writers come to you and say, hey, we need Pee Wee Herman in a sketch?
Yeah.
And then you have to go learn Pee Wee Herman, or they just know what you know already?
No, you have to learn it.
So if I come to you and say, do Pee Wee Herman, what do? You get a tape recorder and you just sit there and you...
Yeah. You just sort of break it down into the different, like... It's everyone talks in like 2 or 3 different ways. Like Pee Wee, what was Pee Wee have? He had that sort of thing. Look, Alexis, I like you. Like you. Like you. You know what I mean?
But is there anybody
Bite me!
you
What?
ever found that you couldn't do? You just couldn't
sure.
get a handle on?
Yeah, just too many to think about. I mean,
Really?
you run out of time.
So you have Saturday Night Live by the balls, because how many guys are there in television who you can go to consistently, and it's not even just like doing an impression. Right, exactly. It's not even like just doing an impression. It's like when you do Jesse Jackson and stuff, you make me laugh. I mean, you also have to. It's got to
has
sort
to
of
be funny,
You got to
yeah.
tap into the essence of what makes that fucking guy funny.
Sometimes a dead-on impression isn't funny because it's too good. You got to You got to pick out a funny angle.
Like Artie this morning said, I can do Jesse Jackson for one sentence.
Like one sentence.
But to do the sentence.
It's I think government mandates for a minority citizen.
I think it's...
That's it, though.
And then I kind of lose it, but it's like a minority citizen.
You got to bounce off those T's.
Yeah.
Opportunity. You must take it as an opportunity.
That might be his
Well, let Darrell do it.
Jesse Jackson
it's
might
the
be
best
my
one.
favorite
But
impression
it makes me-
ever.
Yeah.
Give him a lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the blackface, too. My God.
I sort of set that apparatus in motion. Made good judgment. But not only that, it made good sense to have a hearty breakfast. And
Unbelievable.
make good judgment, but not only that, certainly made good sense to have a hearty lunch.
So you could do that all day.
Yeah,
That's that's
I studied
unbelievable.
him for like 5 years. That's like the most of anyone I ever studied.
But you got the whatever it is that makes you laugh about you. He got it.
You know what else? Another trap
What
I
could
fell
your
into
wife
was
not like about you?
What?
Wait, what did you say?
No, I was saying what a trap I fell into with impressions was sometimes I would imitate a guy doing the imitation. Like
Right.
you'd steal the funny angle they thought of.
Yeah, I see
like
that
I
with-
had to do Ed McMahon once, and I found myself just doing a bad impression of Phil Hartman doing Ed McMahon.
Yeah.
I kept going, "You are correct," and that's
I know,
just
that's
hacky and awful. But
Well, I see that with like a president. A president gets into office, and then there's one guy who figures it out,
Yeah.
and then everybody does his impression.
Right.
You do Bush? No, you don't do Bush on
I
SNL.
never did Bush, no.
But there's some other guy who does Bush, and I see with him, he struggles with it. It's not that easy to hold.
who does him really good? There's a guy. Isn't a guy in SNL does him right now, right?
Yeah, Jason Sudeikis does a great job.
Oh,
He does?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just have to say that.
But I mean, Darrell's so funny. You must be funny at home. What are you not you're a pain at home? Is
His
that-
wife thinks he's real funny.
Yeah.
Keep going back.
Darrell's
back
like
to
a
that
tough
part.
I forget your story each time, but it's always like you had some fucked up childhood.
Yeah.
And you were
Yeah.
drinking all the time.
Yeah, I was in trouble and breaking my nose.
You know, comedians do with spouses.
Breaking your
we
nose.
find the one spouse
Broke
or
my
the
nose
person that
3
doesn't think
times.
we're funny.
You broke your nose 3 times?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're breaking your nose?
Well, I did.
I look like I have a nose that's been broken 3 times.
Well,
not you.
mine is fake. I have like a fake nose. This was rebuilt completely.
Really?
Yeah, this is...
Was that from the drinking years and the drugs?
Yeah, I mean, one time I got hit by a baseball, and then they rebuilt it. It was kind of the same nose, but then I fell and hit it on a doorknob once.
Drunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God!
That's drunk.
a
You break
doorknob,
your nose on a
nonetheless.
doorknob.
Oh my God! Yeah, I was working on a ship, right? And I'm running there on the deck. It's the night. It's the middle of the morning, and we're gonna catch fish over the side of the boat. And
Wow.
doorknob on my nose. The other time I fell down some stairs and on my face.
You were
Yeah.
a sloppy fucking drunk.
Yeah.
Are you're still sober. You haven't had any relapses.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've got a few years now.
You know what I read about Darrell? The reason he wears black all the time, it's you're in mourning for a friend?
Where did you read that?
Listen to this. This is what it says. Darrell says he wears black to honor a close friend who died in 1991. He says his friend's death caused him to start drinking and using drugs again after a 6-year hiatus.
Well,
Wow.
I don't want to say that. I want to say that I stopped doing all the things that I sort of set that apparatus in motion. Many people, many languages,
You must have loved
many
this guy.
cultures.
See, I think people who say they wear black because they're memorializing someone, just too lazy to go out shopping
Yeah,
for
it's
clothes.
probably-
I think
sounds
so. Yeah, you
cool
just want to
to
make it
say,
a non-issue.
yeah,
And
right.
say I'm just sort of like giving up on what I look. I'm not going to look the way I want to look, and that's it. Well, that's the end of it.
You're a big Yankee fan too, huh? Like
Yeah,
Artie.
sure.
Got the Yankees hat on.
No, the
Look
whole
at that.
thing, the whole thing.
Artie, you bet you're jealous of that hat.
I found something.
Why are you playing taps?
Your friend died. Yeah, takes us a while.
Darrell,
Yeah.
were you a great baseball player yourself? I heard a rumor that you were a great pitcher or something.
Nah, I was pretty good until I got up to college and I started throwing the hard sliders, and then
Really?
yeah, I was pretty good. I mean, I made it to junior college. Let's say. I mean, that's as far as I went.
Go back to your negotiation with Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
So
I thought
now,
we're talking about the dead guy.
oh yeah, we got to get. Where is that dead guy? Is he still dead?
Yeah,
Who is this guy? Who is this guy to you?
it was just a guy. He's a good friend of mine, and
He died.
yeah, he died.
How did he die?
Very,
Very unfortunately.
it was very unfortunate the way it happened.
Wait, everything's
Really?
a secret with you.
I know, it's like odd. What did you didn't kill him, did you?
Did you kill this guy?
No,
Is that why you feel bad?
no, I didn't kill the guy. He,
Oh, he killed himself.
yeah.
Man.
So listen, that's
Everything is sad in your
Sad
life.
with you.
no, it's.
You don't even know if you're married.
Huh?
You living at home? Where are you living right now?
I don't know.
What?
I got a
doesn't know.
place. I got
Do you have a place? Oh, you're living in your own
I
place?
got a place uptown. I ran into you up there at Reebok one day. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it
though.
was like a year ago.
Oh, this is a while.
It's been a year.
You should never get married again. You're not
No?
good at it.
I'm not really good at that stuff. I'm
No.
not the loving kind.
No, if you've been married 3 times to the same person, it's
You're
ridiculous.
still married, right?
No. I'm
But you're
divorced.
happy.
I'm engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, but you're pretty good at it.
Yeah, but I don't keep marrying the same woman over and over
Well,
again.
listen, I'm not.
I know
There's a lot
better
of
than
things
that.
I'm not good at. There's not, you know.
How do you make that move? Like, how did you end up like divorcing and then getting remarried?
I don't know how it happened. To be honest with you.
Like everything is happening and Darrell doesn't know how.
Yeah, that's the way I'm playing it. That's the way we're working it today.
Yeah, what gives you the confidence to say it's going to work this time?
The same person.
Yeah, who sit here together? What is that making you laugh?
Yes.
I like it.
No,
Now, here you go. Right. Many languages, many cultures, many people. Who sit here together?
Who can what? It's so great.
Oh, never mind. It's terrible.
See, I would think if I was his wife and I was mad at him, I would just say, "Do Jesse Jackson."
Then
Everything
it'd
would
be
fine.
all over.
Yeah.
There'd be no more argument.
One day, if you ever really want to make me happy, just come in dressed up as Jesse Jackson and let me interview you as Jesse Jackson. That would be so great.
I guess you could call NBC Publicity, and they'd totally do that, right?
Really?
Sounds like a fun thing.
I never think you like doing your impressions on the show. Like, it's kind of like you do them reluctantly.
Why?
I don't know. I think all impressionists don't want to do them. Like, they're right. Like,
Oh,
they're
you want to be like a serious actor or something?
Like one time, I just want to go down your whole list and have you rapid fire do them all, and that would be like one big orgasm for me.
I could peel off about 20 for
Could
you.
you? If I mention people, would you do that for me? Please,
it's
just
probably,
try it.
It's probably better for me just to peel off a bunch.
Really?
Because I can't.
All right,
I
go
mean,
ahead,
there's
peel off.
Half of those.
You don't do anymore.
I can't even remember doing them.
It's a shame.
Yeah, but I mean, I could work it back.
Who would you
up.
peel off? Let me hear you. Please peel off. I swear I will
All
come
right,
on my
let
pants.
me peel. We did Pee Wee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say, how do we do Pee Wee? La, 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 la. Okay. Popeye. Porky Pig.
Oh, the Sylvester, what are you doing with that rope and that razor? Manic depressive or something?
Okay.
Were you able to do those as a kid?
Yeah.
And were you like popular because of that?
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
to do like coaches and stuff.
Oh, that's so good, man.
Barney Five. Andy, I didn't mean to shoot Aunt B. What were Barney Five?
Why do you stop him like after 3 seconds?
I don't know.
You won't keep
You told
going?
me to peel a bunch off.
But give me 3 more seconds of Barney Five.
All right, let me get back on the Barney. Let's see. During
During our lifetime, we travel many roads. There are big roads and little roads, rocky roads and smooth roads, dirt highways and improved roads.
That's the greatest. That is the fucking greatest thing
How could you not
ever.
be the most popular kid in school if you could do that? Porky Pig.
Yeah.
And then do all your teachers and everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, Barney's the favorite of all time, really, that I ever did.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And he was such a cool character.
Yeah, and when I was starting, it was a popular thing down south if you could do Barney. And of course, I didn't know what to do. I'd be up on stage, I'd be so scared, so I'd start doing blue stuff, as Barney. Just ridiculous stuff.
Andy! Oh, Andy. Hope he's out in the backyard bopping his baloney. Andy! Oh, Andy!
Just stupid stuff like that. But people,
Did you get any more graphic than that?
No, I think Bob the
'cause-
Baloney was like.
Because then it's too over the top, right?
I think so.
You never resorted to going down that road, the real blue material?
Yeah, I used to. Yeah,
You did.
I had some real blue stuff. Sure.
Who was the dirty impression? Who did you do?
I didn't do that as an impression. I used to. I can't.
Barney never ate out Ampy?
This is the thing about when I come on the show. I always think I ain't saying nothing today. Get me? Nothing.
All right, wait.
But
Tell
you
me
end up
this
getting it out. You're getting everything out of me. It's like it's useless. Just come in and spill. That's all.
What is the thing?
It was letters to the Penthouse Forum. I used to do the letters to the Penthouse Forum.
And as who?
Just as different voices.
Like who would you do?
What? I don't know. I would just throw in different
I need an
voices.
example.
Dear Penthouse, I never thought it would happen to me, but I was skydiving at 1,500 feet the other day when, lo and behold, my skydiving partner turned out to be a man, but not a woman. Imagine my surprise when she sidled over to me and made a unzip my fly and engulf.
Who is that?
I don't know.
But that's not. Who's that an impression of?
It wasn't. It was just
it's just
something
a character. But why did you never have like Barney eat out Aunt B or something like really intense?
There you go.
Oh, Barney's eating me out.
That was pretty good. Who was that?
That was me.
Oh. He does women
The
impressions.
whole Hells
That's why it doesn't work
Angels
out for
are
him.
raping me.
Did you used to do Lou Ferrigno?
I do a good Lou Ferrigno.
I think I remember.
Let me do a few seconds of that.
Why don't you? I wish you would.
Why don't you riff a little bit?
What I would do is eat oatmeal 4 times a day. two pineapple on oatmeal with dates.
What?
Dates. My father would say to me, Dewey,
Right.
Dewey, you can be the world champion. He was the
Dewey.
one.
Robin, don't laugh at that.
But I would eat the pineapple, oatmeal, for 4 meals.
Pineapple and oatmeal.
4 meals.
Yeah.
John Donnie.
That's terrific.
And if I ever done that, I would be on the Donnie Carson now.
Yeah. Pineapple.
Ever. The pineapple. I've done that for Lou Ferrigno.
I know.
Didn't go over
Thank
that
goodness
big.
he can't hear.
Oh, seriously, he didn't like it.
No, he liked it. He, I don't think he could hear it that good.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knew I was that good.
He
at it.
doesn't even know what Howard's doing. Yeah, Howard, I think, once tried it on the phone.
Oh, Andy! Oh, Bonnie, suck my enormous clit. I could see some real angry
If you took that out on stage tonight, it would totally kill. It's funny. Barney's funny.
Somehow it wouldn't go over. I know that.
Oh, Andy.
So you're telling me that with your negotiation with Saturday Night Live...
Yeah.
Oh, did I interrupt you doing the 20 bits?
Yes, you did.
I know. Forget about it.
No, I like when you do it.
We'll do it. Just keep going, and then we'll jump back in.
You're telling me your negotiation with Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
You don't have the. Artie and I were trying to figure out how much money you're making. You've been. This will be your 13th season.
If I do.
If you sign, which you will, because you're smart. What did you think his salary was?
After 13 years on SNL, I'd say between 20 and 25 grand an episode.
Really?
And we were all thinking it was more or less.
I'm thinking.
Is that good or bad?
Here's a guy who's unbelievably talented. That's late night compared to
Prime time.
Prime time, that's a low salary, That's like entry level prime time.
Yeah, Darrell.
Now, I could be completely wrong. I don't know.
How many episodes a year are there?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Is Artie in the ballpark on this? Because it seems to me you could get a lot more money.
I think it's an interesting question.
You're saying you make more
You
than
like
that?
it when I play the politician, don't you, Ryan?
I do.
Is it possible to make, because Lauren's a pretty cheap guy, infamously cheap.
No,
If Artie's
Isn't he a
numbers,
Jew?
if Art,
stop that. Ridiculous.
if Artie's calculation is correct, that's about $400,000 a year, which is, hey, that's nice money. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But that's
But you're a television
crazy,
star.
yeah.
The show is kind of almost built around you in a sense. You're the go-to guy whenever they need the new impression. And
Here's
they need
why
it to
there's
be
no
funny.
justice in that, because Eddie Dumbfuck on Scrubs is making 40 grand,
Right.
And he started at 30,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's. And again, I went from Mad TV, which was $8 grand a week. My first year at Norm was 30 grand a week, and I was doing nothing.
Right.
And adding nothing to television. I mean, there's no justice in that sense. Now, 13 years, that's territory no one else has ever been in. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would think it's.
And this is network.
Are you the highest paid guy?
But it's late night. It's AFTRA, not SAG. It's a different thing.
What's really weird to me is, like, I don't even think of myself as, like, an impressionist. It's like a Saturday Night Live thing. This has all been about Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but you do impressions.
I know, but you learn them. It's like you learn them in a few days. It's not that easy.
So you're saying
That's
it's
a
justified.
talent, man. Could you imagine going to forget the ones he can do. Could you imagine going to a guy and saying, "Look, we need this because he's in the news this week," and he gets it.
I know.
That's
What I'm saying. They need them. They usually throw
Absolutely.
somebody out of there after a couple of
So
seasons.
he's got to be $100,000 an episode guy.
Come on, Darrell, out with it.
that ain't
Where
late
we
night
at?
network TV, Robin. Unfortunately,
After 13 years?
Darrell,
I don't know.
come on.
What?
I wish you
How
would.
are you doing financially?
What are you going to do to me if I don't tell you?
I'm going to make you do 5 more. Either do 5 more good impressions.
All right. How
Rip
about
'em
Ted
off.
Koppel?
All right, let's hear Ted Koppel.
See my hiney big and shiny makes you giggle to see it wiggle.
How's that for you,
That's
brother?
beautiful. I love it.
All right.
I'll
need
tell you
4
where
more.
Darrell makes his money, though.
Where?
Where I think.
Corporate.
Absolutely, because he's good enough to work clean. He can do impressions, and he's on the biggest comedy show of all time. I bet corporate wise, that's the 6 figures.
Do you do voiceover as well?
No, I never did a voiceover.
Why not?
You're kidding. Why aren't you doing
do cartoons.
And it's strange because I've been to lots of auditions. I never got
And you don't
any of them.
get them?
Never.
Wow.
I'm sure I've been to 100.
You got to be shitting me. No one hires you to do a voice on a commercial?
No.
Or in some of these stupid movies they get everybody to do?
I mean, maybe something's wrong.
Does your agent ever say to you? Does your agent ever say to you, "Listen, you motherfucker, get in
Yeah,
there and land this audition"? What's
What the fuck?
what's wrong with you?
What is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
why
if
aren't
you-
you in Shrek 2?
You can't do a
the fuck is wrong
goddamn
with
parrot
you?
like Gilbert Gottfried.
You with your fucking Porky Pig
You could
voice.
use your Andy of Mayberry voice as a parrot. In other words, when you go in, let me manage you.
Well,
When
do
you,
it.
You should have a million voiceovers.
Yeah.
When you go in and they say we need the voice of a turtle,
Yeah.
just do your Andy Mayberry impression. The Barney Fife, and make him a turtle.
Glub, glub, glub. Yeah, well.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Why are you
How about that?
Where?
That's beautiful.
All right, since you won't tell me what you make, you owe me 4 more impressions. I heard Ted Koppel.
Who else did it?
I'll tell you who you have on your list. Johnny Cochran you used to do, Phil Donahue, Sam Donaldson, Bob Costas, Regis Philbin.
I can't even remember any. Sean Connery.
Do Sean.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Let's see if I can put one together for you. But I still don't.
I'll take swords for.
Sword.
That's the weirdest thing.
That's S words.
See, I knew I was going to make a mark in show business. I just didn't think it would be, your mother's a whore. Famous titty. This is the line I keep doing with Sean Connery. You don't have to think about it, just nod. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go back down. Thank you for laughing at that.
Artie likes it.
I love it.
So Darrell is doing something called, he's in the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee at the
Yeah.
Circle in the Square.
That's
Yeah.
what you're doing.
What is that, a play?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a play.
How do, why, who knows that? You're making
I've
it,
seen it.
What?
the Spelling Bee you saw? And you
Yes.
saw Darrell in it?
I haven't seen Darrell in it, but I saw.
Darrell's
I know
looking at me
it's-
like, how do you not know that's a play?
Right.
I'm not looking at you like that.
I don't know anything about plays.
I don't either.
Why aren't you doing movies?
I did a couple, you know. I do
Yeah.
what they throw at me.
It's a Broadway play?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. I'll go see you in that.
Okay.
What do? You do impressions in that at all? No. Come on, man. Do you do
He's
Jesse
doing
Jackson?
a character.
Yeah.
Character?
Yeah, I do it a
What kind
little
of character?
I don't
What
know.
does that sound like?
I don't know. It changes every night.
What do you play in this Spelling
Play
Bee?
this principal who's whacked out who got fired for something he did 5 years ago at school, and
During the play, do you ever say, okay, now here's Al Sharpton spelling something?
Yeah.
You never do that.
I just say, I like to do Tony Soprano. It's a fucking spelling bee, you know?
Do you do Tony Soprano?
I think I did him once this, I did him once this year, but I can't remember.
Oh.
What? If you do me like a request, I'll get
Do
prepared.
Tony Soprano.
I'll get prepared and I'll come in.
All right, okay. Darrell is in the 25th annual. I don't want you to prepare. Anyone who has to prepare for the show, I'd feel bad for.
Oh.
The 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee at the Circle in the Square in Manhattan until July 19th. We should go see that.
Absolutely.
Why don't you?
I'll see that again.
It's a funny play,
and you'll be great in it.
And what do? You memorize all the lines? It's not like Saturday Night Live where you can have a cue card, right?
Well, you got a lot of cards because you're calling up spellers and stuff, and plus I have music cues on there because I don't know how to do any of that. I'm practice like the first few nights it was hard on the music cues.
Right.
Yeah, then I got all flustered and.
Oh no!
I was getting the laughs, but if you don't do the music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When are you going to know if you're returning to Saturday Night Live?
God, I don't know.
Right. It's going to be a whole drawn-out thing, huh?
I don't know.
Do you sweat it, or do you just whatever?
Why do you sign only a year at a time? Why don't you get a multi-year contract?
Because they don't offer me one.
Well, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Tell them that's what you want, or you're not coming back. Oh.
Okay, sure. Why don't you call them and tell them that, Robin?
Do you ever pick a chick out of the audience and just bang her in the Saturday Night Live audience?
Robin.
All right, look. See, I guess not. Maybe he has.
You saw him.
That happens.
Where'd that question come from?
Tony, you're on the air in Hartford.
Daryl, Howard, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I wanted to see if you thought that Artie could be on Saturday Night Live with you.
Of course.
Do you think Artie was on Mad TV, and they kind of don't let guys jump over from Mad TV to Saturday Night Live.
I
Hasn't
understand.
he'd been away long enough?
I understand what Lorne Michaels would. That would probably just aggravate him. I
Really?
get that. I get that he would be annoyed by that. Like,
Yeah.
almost punishing someone. Like, no, I wouldn't even think of it.
Right.
Artie is a hack, though, because Artie stole one of my stories.
He stole something from you?
Artie doesn't
Something
steal.
From me.
What was your story I stole?
We were sitting in a White Castle about 12 years ago, and you were sitting behind us, and you stole my story about Yankee Stadium, where your dad threw you on the field.
Are you mental, or are you...
That was me.
Okay. Hey, Joe, you're on the air.
You motherfucker.
You're on in Allentown, Pennsylvania. You're on the air with the star of the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. This man really has very little time for you, but he is willing to.
I got plenty of
He's
time.
very carried away with himself. Thank you.
Hey now, good morning everybody.
now.
How we doing this morning?
What can I do for you, Joe, real quick?
Daryl, I am a huge fan. My wife is the biggest fan of all time of Saturday Night Live. How does it feel being in the room with the former cast member of Mad TV? Do you ever just sit back and laugh at what a pathetic excuse of a half-ass shitty sketch comedy show Mad TV was? Some people might have thought that show could have replaced when some people would say SNL.
All right, this guy is trying to obviously disparage Artie.
What in the world?
Do you feel in competition with Mad TV? Is there a rivalry between you guys? Play each other in softball? Or no?
That would be an interesting game.
Yeah, softball league? No.
Hey, Mad TV's been on for 15 years somehow. I still get checks, so
Go ahead, Chris.
God bless it.
Yeah?
It's on Comedy Central.
Go ahead, Chris.
They're $80 checks.
You're on with Darrell Hammond. No, Chris? Guy fell asleep, probably. Hello? Maybe the guy had a good question. I don't know. Hello? Rick, you're on in Hamilton, New Jersey.
Oh, this is Bill Cosby. How y'all doing this morning?
There you go.
about
Everybody
that?
does Bill Cosby, right? Do you do him?
Oh, sure. No.
You do?
Absolutely.
You never
not.
did Bill Cosby.
Never.
Why? Because everyone does him?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd probably, I didn't get never the assignment to do it, so I never really learned it.
Your Bill Cosby isn't that good, Rick.
How about my Tom Brokaw? I'm out here with Jim Miklaszewski on assignment.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, too. Let's go to Mark. Mark, you're on in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Daryl, a few months back, Tina Fey was on and discussing guest host on the show. She wasn't necessarily a huge fan of Paris Hilton.
Right.
What was your least pleasant experience with a guest host?
With Paris?
With any of them?
Any of them.
Well, I always felt like, even though we were together for a week, I don't think she ever really quite knew who I was. And I always felt like when I would talk to her that she would kind of look at me like I don't know, you can't see it, but it was sort of like God, I can't. No. Mm-mm.
I wouldn't hang out with you. You're not cool.
I don't know. It was painful or something. But I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive. I'm sure she doesn't know now who I am.
Were you glad she went to jail?
No. I mean, obviously, justice has to have to take responsibility for that stuff. But I never disliked her. She just didn't know who I was.
Is she out of jail, Robin?
She's supposed to get out tomorrow.
That seems quick, too. Did she do it full time?
No.
I did 20. This is my 22nd day. She was supposed to do 23, so it seems like it's about right.
All right. Neil, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, now. You got to do Clinton. He does the best Clinton ever, the only Clinton.
All right, since we're running out of time, all right, that's the one we want to hear.
Yeah.
We want to hear Bill Clinton.
Well, let's see. Let me see. That's what you do from time to time. Let me say now that I want to say that there is nothing wrong with being. That's all you do.
That's it.
Yeah. Just let me say north and south, east and west. Yeah, that's it. You can do it. Robin, you do it. Everyone does. Go ahead.
Just get
North
that
and
going.
south, east and west. I can do it, come to think of it. Yeah, you're not that talented.
Now you've got a Clinton.
No wonder they only give you $20,000 an episode.
See, I think a lot of people do Darrell doing Clinton.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I saw him when I met him one time at the White House, and I had never heard him do that. But he was talking to someone who's like, he gets right up in your face, and it's just incredible. And you're just like, man, no one's ever talked to me like that. But
does he have that charisma everybody says he has?
Well, that's the thing about you is he makes you feel like you're one of the most important things that's happened to him in a long time.
That's amazing.
And he gets really close to you.
Sucks you right in.
Yeah,
like you're a chick.
Yeah, you've met him, right?
I've never met him, but I've met the senior George Bush, and he used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
George W.'s father, he would make you feel like you were the only person in the room.
Yeah, I met him. He was a really cool guy.
Yeah.
You liked him, right?
Yeah.
I did too.
She was attracted to him.
I wanted him, yeah.
Seriously?
I was like, oh my God, I'm in love with George Bush.
With George Bush Jr., you sense like he thinks there's a lot of other people in the room.
Right. Everybody else is in the room.
It's a big party.
Tony, you're on the air.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Darrell, I want to know why the current cast, it seems like their cue card reading is completely obvious, like with past cast it hasn't seemed that way.
Is the present cast is reading cue cards too difficult for them? That's the question on the table.
I've never even heard anyone raise that question.
Like a character is supposed to be talking to another character, they're completely looking in the opposite direction.
I'll look at some tape and I'll get back to you.
All right, he's going to study the tapes and certainly.
I'm saying, well, I like your very diplomatic answer to that.
Yeah.
Like a politician, I'll look at some tape.
Television is an interesting thing. Anything can happen over television.
I'll see how Andrew Sandberg's doing.
Medium.
Go ahead, Brett. You're on in Sparta, New Jersey.
Yes, this is actually Sean from Edinburgh. Mr. Hammond, you are a phony.
Yeah, of course I am. Thank you.
That's it? That was your Sean Connery?
Oh, yes, that's pretty much all I have for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you think that guy amongst his friends kills with that out like at a Sizzler on a Friday night?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't. Tito, you're on the air in San Diego. One last question, then I got to move along. Go ahead.
Darrell does a good Leno. I know that.
Yeah, you've done Leno. I've heard you do Leno. You do a good Leno.
Do I?
Yes.
Leno. Say, well, it's very exciting, actually. Even more exciting. No, but this is true. Oh, no, not making this up, ladies and gentlemen. This is so stupid. This is unbelievable.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Here's something interesting. No, I'm not making this up, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Sears Roebuck. That's not selling McDonald's hamburgers. You know about this?
Yeah, we know about it. What is this about Sears Roebuck?
Sears Roebuck gonna start selling McDonald's hamburgers. Ooh, go to McDonald's. Ooh. I can see it now. Take a quarter pounder of fries. Why don't you throw in a pair of underwear to homemade McNuggets?
I like when Jay does that whole thing about he always talks about his gee, I'm a comedian. Yeah, and if someone says, oh, you make a lot of money, he goes, yeah, write joke, tell joke. Yeah, write joke, tell joke.
You like
pay
him,
money.
Tell joke,
no,
pick
I hate Jay.
check.
Why?
I fucking
check.
hate Jay.
Why?
Why? Because he's a fucking liar.
Oh.
And not only that, he steals so much material from the show, but he isn't even aware of it. It's his writers They just lift entire bits from the show. Okay, I could deal with that, but give us a credit once in a while, you know? And the second thing is, this the whole way, you know, we used to have this guy Stuttering John on the show.
Yeah.
Remember Stuttering John? And I'm really happy for John. John got a great job on the Tonight Show being the announcer. The guy does nothing all day, and I think they pay him a couple of $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, I couldn't be happy for him.
Yeah.
But like, I used to do the Tonight Show all the time with Jay.
Right.
And I consider myself a friend of his show. I certainly brought a lot of attention to his show, and he's always done my show. So I'm not saying we're good friends, not like we hang out, but he's a friend, you know, in the sense of the show. And he just goes ahead and he, like, behind my back, grabs John and like does a whole hiring thing. All he had to do was say to me, "Hey, I know this guy's sort of a major part of your show. Is it cool with you if I offer him a job?" I would have been like, "Are you kidding?" I would have been like thrilled. But he does it behind my back, and then he calls me up. He goes, "You're not pissed, are you?" I go, "Oh no, Jay, you just fucking hired one of my guys behind my back." He goes, "Oh, what's the big deal? I can afford to pay him." So I said, "And you can't."
How'd that go?
He goes, "I can afford to pay him, and you can't." Well, you do him better than I do. No. I'm embarrassed to do it in front of you. But I go, "Do you really want to hear this story?" You look bored during it.
What?
You don't want to hear it.
Bored? How are you going to be bored on
Robin,
this show?
do you want to hear this story?
Of course, go ahead.
Right, so
I like watching, listen to you tell it to Darren.
Darrell's more fun when he's drinking.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Everybody knows
anyway,
that.
No, seriously, Darrell.
Yeah.
So he calls me up and tries to say, "Hey, we're still friends, aren't we?" I go, "You know what?" I said, "Jay, here's the problem with you." I said, "I happen to know that when Rosie O'Donnell had her own show, she took a couple of members of this Tonight Show staff, and you were fucking livid." I said, "I don't mind that one of my guys gets a job offer and gets to go somewhere else." I said, "It just seems to me that if you're going to sit and grab, the only announcer you can find is a guy from my show, and I find out about it after the whole deal is done." I said, "It might have been nice to give me a courtesy call and say you were thinking about doing this. You know, does it fuck you up in any way? Is there, or give me an opportunity to talk to my guy first?" I said, you're just sneaky. That's how you got this is what I said to him. "This is how you got the fucking Tonight Show in the first place instead of Letterman. You fucking sneak around in closet goddamn doors like a goddamn woman." I said, "Why don't you just balls up and do the right thing once in a while?" And then he turns to me and goes, "Okay, are we still friends?" I go, "Did you just hear what I said? I just called you a thief."
Oh, my God.
I called you a guy who steals shit from my fucking show to the point now you have to have Stuttering John? I said, what part of this don't you get? I'm fucking calling you out. "Well, I guess that, okay, well, I gotta go." That's it. That's the last conversation I had with the dude. I told him off. Because I thought it was, I wasn't mad at John, and I really wouldn't have been mad at Jay if he just, you know, give me a call.
Well, it's hard for me because he was always, you know, I don't know him. I mean, he was always really nice to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. You don't have anything he wants.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no human being inside of him. If you think there's humanity in there isn't. He's a fucking robot.
Yeah. And tell him that next time you're on.
Yeah, let me see you tell him that.
Do an impression of it.
No.
How would Jay Leno respond to this? "Jay, you're a robot."
Stop
Go ahead.
it.
Jay, come on.
I don't know.
Well, come on, Jay. I said you're a robot.
No, I don't
Come
know.
on, Jay.
I don't know.
Jay, I'm calling you out right now. You're a robot.
What if Howard told Sean Connery Jay Leno was a robot?
I don't know. Now I'm getting
enough.
all confused and shit. I'm getting all whacked out.
All right. That's enough.
How about the character from the Spelling Bee? How would he work?
I don't know.
How would he react to
It's
Jay
different
Leno?
every night. It's a little different every night.
And I love you, man. You're
I
great.
love you,
always
too.
come in here, and I have, you know, sometimes I get into feuds with people. I'm willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
You ran the full gamut today, Darrell.
I did, but I like Howard, and every time I go in, it's always interesting.
One of your
'Cause he likes me. I like him.
You could definitely tell that, but in one of your
Can
impersonations,
you tell that?
Yeah, because he just, you know, he likes to sit there and it's conversational.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I always did. So we have fun.
But one of those impersonations, your Leno impersonation,
Yeah.
it led to like a full 10-minute tirade about Jay.
Yeah.
Is that super uncomfortable for you? You looked kind of uncomfortable sitting there as he ripped apart
yeah,
Jay.
because I've always had a really good experience with Jay, and yet, that's always been my experience. So.
What about from Howard's perspective after hearing that story? If everything he said was exactly how it happened, would you feel the same way about Jay?
I wouldn't be able to comment on something like that.
An update for us on Howard 100 News. Steve Langford is considered a top reporter in the Howard 100 News team.
Just some of the stories we're working on in the Howard 100 newsroom. Howard 100 News curious about this EECP treatment that has Robin jetting to the West Coast on a regular basis.
By the way, I got an email about that, Steve, and it's so true. Robin, I'm going to put this out to you, and I read this, and I meant to read it to you earlier. I kind of screwed up. But this does make sense. And maybe you've addressed this. Maybe you can answer this question. This is a listener who wants to know more about your EECP machine. Regarding Robin's EECP treatment, does she realize the irony in the whole thing? Here she is, trying to increase circulation in her extremities. But flying is one of the worst things you can do for your circulation, especially your legs. 10 hours of flying, all for a 1-hour treatment.
10 hours of flying?
Well, 6 hours
Going
there,
out and coming back.
6 hours back.
It's an interesting point.
10 hours of flying, all for a 1-hour treatment that probably does more damage than good. And remind Robin, too, that when you're in an airplane like that for 5 hours, you're getting as much cosmic radiation as you would get from getting a single chest x-ray. Tell Robin that I do stress tests for a living. So I can start an IV in her and infuse her with adenosine, the drug we use to increase circulation and speed up the heart.
No, thank you.
Just don't tell her that you can also naturally release adenosine in your body with regular exercise. What about that? Getting on a plane, Robin, decreases circulation, and then you fly all the way to California to get your circulation increased.
I believe the benefits outweigh the costs.
Well, you set off a firestorm in the listeners. Ask Robin if she's going to put herself in a cryo tank when she dies.
Boy,
listen to this. It gets even more intense.
All right.
I've never written into the show before, but this
prompted a letter?
This insane rant from Robin is just too much to ignore. The crackpot pseudoscience methods she has been using are getting more and more far out and dangerous. When that doctor called in, and she said that she hated health care because it doesn't work, it was just too much. Putting down an educated member of the healthcare community to justify her own crazy methods is absolutely unacceptable. Now I can't decide if she's insane, retarded, or both. If she stays at this pace, she will soon have more problems than just being rich and stupid. At least Artie's funny.
Whatever that means.
I don't know what that is. Wow, Robin got super defensive about the EECP machine or whatever today. She was really mean to the cardiologist who called in. It also was a bit insulting as someone who works in the medical device field. She doesn't even know what trans fat is, yet she's lecturing a cardiologist on procedures and effectiveness of them? No way.
Why do I have to know what trans fat is?
She's just into the fad of the week for the rich. I mean, it went on and on. Robin, I've never seen an avalanche like this.
I think we've seen a few. No. I'll tell you, between this and the Florentine story, Robin,
listen to this.
Steve has crawled up your ass and built a camp.
I'm camping out in Robin's backyard.
That's right. We're now a twosome.
Jesus.
With me all the time.
I was so happy to hear that Robin has outsmarted the entire medical community. It's a relief to hear that she can expose the entire medical community for the snake oil salesmen that they are. I'm just relieved that the human race survived long enough eating meat and cheese for her to reach enlightenment. Now that she's going to live forever, can we get her on the couch with Dr. Keith Abelo so we can find out exactly how fucking nuts she is? And finally, Robin, you used to be a nurse? Well, why don't you just buy a symbol off of Riley and wear some of those magnetic bracelets while you get Starbucks shot up your ass? You fucking kook.
Nincom fucking poop.
Wow.
At least they're being funny while they bash.
Well, there you go. Well, you weren't the only one who got bashed. Double-A got bashed, too. It says, fuck Double-A.
You're in good company.
He's an obnoxious leech. Please continue to ignore him. Yeah, Eric the Midget. More. No Double-A. So there you go. I'm sorry, Steve. You were saying... So
More.
Robin, it got me thinking. You are sitting on the plane for 10 hours, and that does affect your...
You're taking their point of view.
It seems to make sense to me.
Who said that plane travel decreases circulation? Sitting decreases circulation.
No,
so I shouldn't sit here.
There are reports that I've read in Sky Mall magazine.
Sky Mall magazine?
Yeah, actually.
Fred, what do you think of that?
I do believe that person is correct. I can't cite anything off the top of my head like a medical journal, but I've read things to that effect where plane travel is not good for your circulation.
No. What happens is...
They say to get up every once in a while and walk around.
That's right, because you're sitting. You're sitting and not moving, Fred.
So are you doing jumping jacks when you're on the plane?
I said I think the EECP outweighs in benefits,
I think it's a wash.
Outweighs the cost.
I think it's a wash.
You think, but you don't know.
Neither do you.
I've actually done it, so I have the at least.
And I've flown in a plane, so maybe that makes tit for tat. Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, you have not done the ECP, and Robin has. She's right.
There you go, but I've flown in a plane.
Let's go.
And I know you got to get up and walk around.
Let's go to Steve Langford, who has more information probably about Robin.
Such a ridiculous person.
So
you should get up and walk around now, asshole, because you could have the same problem.
He does.
What? Excuse me?
Have you seen how many times he walks out of the room?
Absolutely.
Especially when I need him?
Right.
All right, go ahead, Steve.
So a representative of Vaso Medical, which markets this treatment, set to talk to us later today. Howard 100 News also reaching out to the ever-gregarious John Sally, the former NBA star and a friend of Robin's, to fill us in on his interest in all of this. But an associate telling us John Sally would prefer not to talk to us about EECP and Robin.
And Robin. Well, let me tell you something. I don't think it's right that the EECP place that Robin goes to is using her picture on their website.
I don't think they did that. That is very strange. I will have to get to the bottom of it.
Ralphie, you're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, listen, I'd be the first to give Robin shit about this, like if this thing was wacky. But like I spent some time looking the thing up. I don't think these people have. It really seems to be a good thing, and if you can afford to do it, why not? It improves your circulation. I know what the guy's saying about like.
I'd like to see the studies on this. Actually, I mean, being serious for a second, I like to see the studies on it. I mean, this stuff is being used for people who have really severe health problems. Unless Robin's keeping a secret from us, like she's got like angina or some sort of like heart condition, which I don't think she does.
It was invented for people who do have heart conditions, that kind of thing. But
yeah, but if you get up and walk around, it's the same thing.
What?
If you get up and walk around, it's the same thing. It seems like it's overkill.
It's forcing the blood vessels and everything to open up. I mean, it's not like
so does exercise.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Robin needs this. I'm being honest. I'm against it. I'm against Robin getting these treatments.
So stop. I'm against a lot of things you do, but I leave you alone.
I'm not bothering you. But if I would rather you didn't do this.
There was no vote being requested.
I don't think you need this.
What I think is strange, though, is Robin bashes the medical community, and it wasn't farmers who invented the machine. It was medical doctors. So
right. It was Harvard researchers. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't be broad stroking.
But they don't use it.
She wants to have her EECP and eat it too.
All right. Thank you, Ralph. That's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. I'm in the camp firmly against these treatments. But then again, I don't know a thing about them, which would be most
I wouldn't even
topics.
call it a treatment because it's not invasive. It's like exercise. It's the same thing.
I don't like you being squeezed.
Well, if it's like exercise, then there's a Stairmaster.
You're an asshole. I do that too. I don't sit around and do nothing. I exercise.
I don't know why that makes me an asshole for saying something that's pretty obvious.
Because you're acting as if I'm doing this instead of exercise.
I don't know what you're doing. I'm just saying it seems...
Well, then keep your mouth shut. That's why you're an asshole.
Last I knew,
you didn't question.
Last I knew it was America, and I could say what I wanted. This is a talk show,
and
right?
I can say you're an asshole.
Okay,
you asked me
enough.
why I said what I said.
I guess this thing makes you calm, doesn't it?
No, you make me irritated.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry I irritated you.
Fred only says it out of concern, Robin.
Exactly.
No, he doesn't. He's being really silly.
No, I'm not.
Again, like I said, you act as if I don't exercise.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You said exercise does the same thing as if I'm doing this instead.
You're putting words in my mouth.
No, that's what you said.
I didn't say that.
Exercise does the same thing.
It's exactly that I did say.
And I said I exercise.
I think this thing might be, confusing your brain a little bit.
Go ahead in Boston. Dave.
Hey, now, it's Dump Truck. Thanks for taking my call, Howard. I was really trying all morning to get through because I'm a huge Robin fan and I love her and everything, but she was as kooky as Tom Cruise on Matt Lauer yesterday about this EECP thing. I mean, Robin's whole argument is, if it works for sick people, then how can it hurt healthy people? So are healthy people supposed to jump on dialysis machines and undergo, chemotherapy?
Again, this is not an invasive procedure like a dialysis or like taking insulin. So your argument is not a good one.
Your argument's not a good one, Robin. I mean, that cardiologist wasn't hostile towards you. He was just trying to explain that machinery is for people with serious
problems. That cardiologist was protecting his
income.
income. If people did this, he wouldn't have a job.
All right, Chad, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, now.
Right.
It's Chad, the cop from Westchester.
Okay.
Hey, Robin.
Yes?
Tell everybody to fuck off because whatever you're doing, I saw you on the Howard TV the other day on the wedding list, and you look
gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
Well, no one's debating that.
No one.
She looks fantastic.
She's sexy. Yes, Ralph, go ahead.
I'd like to take back what I said. If it's akin to light exercise, you just get off your fat ass and go
No, I
running.
didn't say it was akin to light exercise. I said it does the same thing, absolutely, but it does it in an intense way.
Why you guys say fat ass?
And I do exercise. I don't know where this came from that I don't.
Fred started that rumor.
That's how it started.
I never said that.
That is exactly
I
how
never
it
said
started.
that.
He never said that, though.
I never said that.
He was implying that all
No.
I do
I
is
wasn't
go and sit
implying
on
that.
this machine
I wasn't
instead
implying that
of
at all.
exercise.
But you're getting-
You were saying it was instead of exercise, Fred.
It just seems redundant. It seems nonsensical. It seems like something you don't have to do.
Nobody has to do anything. Nobody even has to exercise.
Unless you want to.
I got a shit.
Unless you want to end up like Walter Hudson.
Fred has a website, robindoesn'texercise.com. That's what he's trying to say.
He started the whole thing.
I'm going to come up with a machine now.
What is your concern exactly, Fred?
That, that Robin's like doing something and not paying attention to what she should be doing, like just regular health
Like
stuff.
exercising. That's exactly what he was saying.
I'm just saying, it just seems a little. I mean, what the guy said in that email, I thought was really right and spot on. You
You
get on an
wrote
airplane.
that email.
No, I did not.
Be honest.
I swear to God.
Well, I know you're involved with the email. You read the email. You
I
don't-
do.
Yeah.
And that was one of the ones that I thought made a lot of sense. And I'm not going to hide it.
And you feel Robin is wasting time or maybe even hurting herself?
I think the valid point is getting on an airplane, and that does affect your
I
circulation.
like to fly. I'm enjoying this.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe if you could get one of those machines on the plane as you're doing it, then it's even better.
You made some sort of comment, Robin, that even there's blood flowing to your vagina, or.
Oh, I was joking around a bit.
But are you getting wetter?
No, what are you talking about? Getting wetter?
Because I know for a while you were saying you were using lube.
No. It wasn't a wetness problem.
Right. But you can't get wetter from this?
When have I had a chance to try things out?
Well, I thought maybe Jimmy had gone on. Jimmy's big balls will get you going. What is it, Jessica?
Hey, Robin, what's going on, honey? It sounds like something else is going on with this machine. Like yesterday, the minute people brought it up, you started attacking everybody. Like, really, it sounds bad on the radio. Like, you're just screaming at anybody that asks about it.
You are feeling a little attacked about
Well,
this.
yes, I am attacked, and Fred was attacking me.
Do you really think he's attacking
I
you?
was not attacked, and if it sounded like that, I apologize, Robin. I was not trying to attack you.
It's almost like you're in love with the machine, Robin.
I am.
Is there something else going on, baby? Is there is something else happening that you don't want to talk? Like you're hiding?
No.
Like a relationship, I meant.
Like a relationship with the machine.
Like,
If she was in a relationship, she wouldn't be so, unhappy.
Unhappy?
Right.
Who says I'm unhappy?
You're
You do sound angry, Robin.
I'm angry at the medical profession, which has a monopoly on health care, and it doesn't do anything to promote health.
Well, they don't know that that's what you're all upset about. That's like a whole issue. They're just giving their opinion from years of studying.
Well, I can't go into that every
I've never
moment.
seen you so angry over the health community.
A part of my problems were created by being involved with the good doctors.
Wow.
You've never spoken about it before.
Well, I don't tell you everything that's going on with me.
Well, Robin.
You need your own show, Robin.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't talk about that on any show. Even it's not.
You're becoming very
fun.
mysterious.
Can she have a little Robin time?
You feel Robin's too mysterious.
Yeah.
All right,
She's
thank you.
becoming Okay,
All right,
guys.
that's your opinion. Thank you, Jessica.
All right. Bye.
Robin, what about that? Are you too mysterious?
Am I too mysterious?
Yeah, hey, I'm Slash, and I'm here promoting my book, Slash. And that's basically it. And I have no idea. I'm sure Howard's going to ask me about a lot of the little stories that are in the book, but I don't know which ones he would have picked up on. Probably all the lewd ones, I'm sure.
Now, is there anything that you don't want to talk about in there?
I'd like to try and keep away from talking about Axel in any great detail, because that's always sort of unnecessary. And I'm pretty much wide open for anything else, though.
Slash is here from the legendary band Guns N' Roses, and more familiar to you now is Velvet Revolver is his new band with
and he's looking quite good
with the great Scott Weiland, and I can't imagine what an effort must have gone into this for Slash to write a book.
But I'm telling you, he doesn't look like a guy who would be calling you at 4 o'clock in the morning with a story.
I'm reading a lot of the book now, actually.
Here he is.
It's killer stories in there.
Look at him.
Look at you. That's you. All right. Guy's a great rock guitarist. Spent many a day, I am sure. When you wrote this book, Slash, did you talk about your days as a really young man where you would... I mean, it was so a few rock stars write about what it's like to become a professional musician. I mean, yes, people concentrate on the more sensationalistic aspects of this book.
After you've gotten there,
the sex, the drugs, and all that stuff. But didn't you have to spend endless hours in your room practicing this guitar to become a virtuoso, which you are?
It's mentioned. I mean, I didn't get into it in great detail. But
see, they always, just gloss over that
it
part.
It talks about how I got into it.
I don't like where your microphone is. You do me a favor. Just shift it's in your headphone, but shift your headphones down like this.
All right, hold on.
Gary, help Slash, for Christ's sake.
Is that better? Say something.
Yeah, I think that's right. Take a look at that, Gary. Help Slash out, for Christ's sake. The man's not a professional broadcaster.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
There it is. Cool. Okay, now it's good. Now it's good.
So what I was getting at was, I mentioned how I got started and what I was into, what I was listening to at the time. And, how I used to spend 12 hours a day and how I got completely engrossed in the whole thing and whatnot.
There was a period. It does take 12 hours a day.
Right, but it's not because for me personally, it's not because, you go, okay, it's whatever time, 9 o'clock in the morning or something. I start now, and then there's a lunch break, and then I get done.
No, you were a kid who was obsessed with guitar.
Obsessed, yeah. So every waking moment I spent with the guitar.
And what was it that inspired you? I mean, what was it that made you say, I want to play the guitar?
So, it's a long story. What happened was Steve Adler, the original drummer for Guns N' Roses, he and I met when we were about 13, and we basically ditched the 7th and 8th grade together, and just we're best friends. And he had a guitar, a little cheap guitar, electric guitar, and a cheap little amplifier, and he had a little turntable, and he used to crank Kiss, as loud as it would go, and then turn the amp up. And he didn't know how to play, but he would just bang on it. And it was the excitement of that started that whole sort of you can imagine teenage thing where it's like, oh yeah, we got to start a band.
It's a great thing in life when you have a passion like that. Do you think that you had exceptional musical talent, or was it this unbelievable dedication to practicing?
I think basically I was raised on a lot of music because my parents were in the music business, and I loved rock and roll from the minute I could remember. And then when I actually picked up the guitar and put those realistically 3 notes together that make a rock lick that have that rock sound to it,
right,
I had a knack for it.
Did you ever take a professional lesson from a teacher?
I tried to, yeah.
And it didn't work?
Well, what happened is I had this guy. When I started, what I was getting at with Steve was he was going to play guitar and I was going to play bass, right? So I went to a local music school that was in the neighborhood. And I went in there without an instrument, and I said, I want to learn how to play bass. And the teacher was like, well, do you have an instrument? I said, no. So he started talking to me about trying to get into my head about what I knew about music, where I was headed, what I wanted to do. And while he was talking, he was strumming the guitar, and playing some Hendrix licks.
Yeah.
I said, that's what I want to do.
And did you ever learn how to formally read music?
Not very much. I mean, I started out with the basics. When I was in the music school, he sort of taught me some rudimentary stuff that was really handy. I learned how to string a guitar because my first guitar only had 1 string. And is it mostly by ear that you played, even with Guns N' Roses? Like you would hear something in your head and then you would just try to figure it out on the guitar? It starts out like piano lessons, scales. You're trying to read music,
right?
And that didn't sound anything like what I wanted to do. So I noticed that he could listen to any song that I would give him, and he could pick it up and learn it by ear. And I said, I can do that. And and I quit school and I went and did it on my own.
So if you need to learn a piece of music, you just listen to it.
Yeah. And so when we're writing stuff for, say, any number of bands that I've been in, or I go and do a session with any number of artists, I just go in and do it by ear. The only person that I went in and worked with that I had to do...
Let me guess, Michael Jackson?
No, Ray Charles.
He wanted you to what? Read music?
I had to read chord charts.
You did?
Yeah.
And was that difficult?
It was, Ray Charles chord charts are not like anybody's chord charts. These are very, the reason I had to read the chord charts was to actually remember all the different chords, because there's so many and they're all jazz chords, which I hardly ever use.
So when you went into a session with Michael Jackson, let's say, he would play you a piece of music and say, hey, Slash, see what you can do with this?
Yeah, he would give me an arrangement, and then he would go, do whatever you want, and he would leave.
When you had to write a book, I mean, that sounds that sounds ridiculous that you had to write a book.
That sounds like another chore.
But I started thinking about your life.
Mm-hmm.
You are a guy, like a free spirit. I don't think you really sat and worried. Like, you've been married 3 times.
Twice.
And twice, okay. But one of your wives, didn't you bang some chick like the night before your wedding?
My current wife.
Yeah. You cheated on her the night before the wedding, right?
Yeah.
And that marriage is working.
Yeah.
But don't you think, it is working.
Well, she's got balls,
But don't you think, like, in a way, I mean, with all the drug use, out of control behavior, all of this stuff, I go back to your childhood. It was a wild childhood in the sense that your mom even was having this torrid love affair with David Bowie while you were just a child.
Is that right?
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, torrid's a pretty heavy word.
No, I mean, you mean affair like that? She was still married to Slash's dad?
My mom and dad were separated at that point.
And was your dad a black guy?
No, he's white. My mom's black.
Your mom is black. Is Bowie's thing black chicks?
No, he's
dated
chicks.
a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's married to a black chick now. I think that's his thing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why does it have to be a thing?
Actually, a lot of white
chick?
English guys like black girls. My dad too.
Yeah,
he's English.
Yeah,
and I've noticed it also on some other occasions.
You would
I don't want to
it's a
stereotype
thing,
them, but yeah.
Right. Did you because people don't think of you as black. Do you think of yourself as black?
I don't think of myself as anything really, but when it comes up, I'm just a mixture of the two. And
was your mother rejected by the black community because she married a white guy?
No. I mean, maybe I was too young to really say anything about that because I wouldn't know. But as far as I could tell, there wasn't any issues.
Was there ever shame or humiliation?
I'm sure there was a little bit.
Was there ever shame or humiliation in your life that you had a black mother? Did white kids try to shame you for that?
No, but I think there was moments. I mean, I really came from a different side of the tracks, no matter which school I went to or what neighborhood I lived in when I was coming up. So I was always different, and that just added to the mystique.
But wasn't it weird for you? Here you are, a young kid, and your mom is carrying on with what is a very, very famous rock star, and there were almost no rules how you grew up.
Yeah.
Didn't one of your mom's boyfriends do drugs with you, like heavy drugs, like smoke coke with you?
Yeah.
Who? Wow.
I mean, you were what, 12 when that happened?
12. Yeah, 12.
12 years old.
No wonder you had a drug problem.
Yeah. Your mom's dating a guy, and she goes to bed or whatever, and he comes into the room. And he says, let's get high?
No, my mom didn't know anything about it.
Right.
She wouldn't have allowed it.
No, understood.
No, he at some point, he came to me and he's like, I know you do this stuff. Like, he was a photographer and he needed, misery loves company. He needed somebody to get high with, is what it was. And we go in the dark room and he'd get me loaded. And then we'd go out and hang out.
12 years old?
All night. Around 12 years old. And go out and pillage the neighborhood until about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. Then I would come home. Pretend like I was asleep and then get up and go to school.
But when adults are doing that with you,
mentally,
it's got to screw your whole head up. Like there's no rules, there's no boundaries.
And no wonder you seem weird to the kids at school.
Right. Well, by the time I was 12 and 13, I'd already established sort of a tearaway kind of personality. And so, but I'm talking about when I was younger, like when I was.
But you know what's sad about this?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
If
you hadn't had the musical gift, if you hadn't been, Slash from Guns N' Roses, you could have easily just ended up a junkie, no money, no life whatsoever, because these adults were not willing to parent you.
Well, all things considered, that's probably true. I probably would have ended up being an artist though, because that was the original thing that I was.
Yeah, but you're talking about having some talent. We're saying if you had no talent.
Yeah, then I would probably But,
I mean, you live in a $7 million home.
That's the only reason I'm. The whole professional aspect of it and the musical. The passion for music and all that is what's got me to the point where I'm still here right now,
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's a major part of it.
In a sense, too, then look at the dysfunctional family you married into, in a sense, in the Guns N' Roses organization. I mean, that's why the band couldn't stay together. I mean, in a way, maybe that's why you were attracted to Axl as a partner in music, because he was screwed up.
Out of it too.
You were screwed up on drugs. I mean, who was the biggest drug addict in that band? It wasn't you.
It was pretty much. Well, no, I think it was myself and Steven. And Izzy went through a period. Axel was never a drug addict.
Oh, he wasn't. He's just
sober.
difficult.
He's straight. I mean, he would get high from time to time, but he's never been an addict.
Do you ever wish that Axel would come to his senses even now and just put the original Guns N' Roses back together again, go on tour, make a ton of dough, do
Or
this?
do you remember why
I think it's
you were
more
so...
mutual.
It's more mutual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was it about you and the rest of the guys that he just would never want to get together with you again?
Well, at this point, I think, with all fairness to Axel, when I actually left the group, and I think he feels sort of. I mean, I haven't approached him about getting back together anyway, but I would imagine that he feels pretty abandoned.
I see.
We were.
Why did you leave the group?
I just couldn't. There was certain things I just couldn't take anymore.
Like what though? It's so worth it. It was such a great band.
You know what?
What couldn't you take?
I couldn't take. There was a lot of it had to do with just not being able to control him, the time that the band went on stage, when we were doing anything on a professional level, and then after the Use Your Illusions tour was over, which was 2.5 years of a lot of roller coaster kind of behavior, and then also another thing was losing two of the original members of the band, which was Steven and Izzy. So that I realized there was a chemistry about the way that we all worked, and also in relationship to Axel. Izzy was very much a sort of the glue, the in-between guy that kept Axel and I sort of on an even keel. Because he came to L.A. basically. They were both from Indiana, so they had a certain kind of a relationship that really helped how the rest of the band sort of functioned.
Like the album name, Appetite for Destruction. Maybe it's just that's what it had to be. It had to destroy itself.
You have a really, really explosive band, which obviously is going to have sort of an implosive thing,
Right.
But and then after once we got in to start working on what would have been the next record, there was a lot of contractual stuff that Axel started throwing around, and that just was the icing on the cake.
Will you ever cut your hair? In other words, a lot of guys now have cut their hair. You still maintain the long hairdo.
Same with you.
Yes, but will you cut it all off at some point? I mean, there seems to be a movement. Why have you held on to the long hair?
I seriously doubt it. I don't know. I really haven't given it that much thought. This is the most thought I put into it.
Right now it's still working.
I don't agree with you. I think you do put a lot of thought into your look. I think Guns N' Roses put a lot of thought into their look. I think Velvet Revolver puts a lot of thought into their look.
Well, if you knew me as a kid, I'm basically the same. I always had long hair, always wore jeans and tennis shoes and T-shirts.
And the jewelry?
And jewelry.
Right.
It was the only thing that's different was the top hat, which came later.
How old were you when you put a nose ring in?
I must have done that during the Snake Pit days, so that was like the mid-'90s.
So there was nothing you could do that would shock your mother. Your mother had a rock and roll lifestyle.
I remember when I came home with my first tattoo, and I was like 15, 16 years old, and she was like, well, the cliche. She goes, you're going to have to live that the rest of your life. And that was the last I ever heard of it.
That was, she didn't care.
No.
Did you ever feel your mom didn't care?
Was very, very, very cool, and I was raised with a lot of
very
freedom.
cool. When your but wait a second. When your mother was having a relationship with David Bowie, was that the coolest thing that could have ever happened? How old were you? I mean, he's way cool.
I was like a 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
And you would see David Bowie.
Yeah.
He would hang out in the house. You've had a charmed life that way.
She also used to work with him. She designed all his clothes, so they had a working relationship first and foremost, and then they had a romantic relationship, which really didn't last that long. It was probably like maybe a year and a half.
But were you proud of that? Were you like, wow, my mom's...
He was the first guy that came in after my dad, so I was pretty apprehensive about hanging out with him for a while.
But your mom must have been a very good-looking woman.
She's very good-looking. Yeah.
Were you ever disciplined about anything? Did you ever receive any discipline? Were you ever punished?
No.
What would they punish you for?
You're not giving me any chance to get a word in.
Oh, I'm not. Okay,
no,
sorry.
But my parents, like I was saying, with all the freedom that I was given, I was, as far as certain morals and certain character thing, there was a lot of that was instilled in me. There was a lot of right and wrong that just sort of came natural for them to sort of instill in me, which was really great. And I think there was sort of a mutual respect thing, almost like treating me on the same level as they were. It was very interesting. I used to call them by their first names.
I wonder if that's good or bad.
I wouldn't let my kids call me by my first name.
You have kids now.
Yeah, they try. Yeah.
Do you are you a disciplinarian?
I'm not too good at that. I try, I get like, I try and get angry, but I think it's almost laughable. But my wife she's got a handle on that.
So you're providing structure for your kids, even if it's through your wife.
Well, and also, I mean, I've obviously learned a lot over the years, and I have a pretty clear memory of coming up, and so you just sort of, you have sort of a natural instinct for things and what the kids should be doing and what you might have done wrong that you want to teach them not to do.
See, when I sit with you, you seem like such a rational guy. I can't imagine you almost throwing it all away on heroin and cocaine. I don't see it with you. I almost see you like a businessman. I mean, okay, despite the rock and roll persona and all that, I see you as a very reliable guy, a guy who shows up on time for interviews. You have a sense of the business. You respect rock and roll. You love what you do for it. You have such a passion for this guitar. What attracted you to this heroin to the point that you were, every minute with it? I mean, it took over your life.
It was downtime.
Do you think that you were depressed?
It was. I wouldn't say. Most of it was fun for the longest time, so I can't say that I was actually depressed. If there was a psychologist here and we did a one-on-one for an hour and a half, he'd probably come up with some answers that maybe I wouldn't be thinking of right now. But it was mostly fun. But the thing about the drugs was it was always when I wasn't working. And I'm so hyperactive, and I when I'm sitting here with you, or I'm sitting in the studio, or I'm out on the road, I'm actually in work mode. And that I can deal with, and as long as that's a constant, I'm fine.
But when the downtime
would end, I wouldn't know what to do with myself, and the pace of being in a band and touring constantly and living that life touring is something that still to this day I love touring more than I like being at home.
Right,
I still can't mellow out.
Right,
and I'm learning how to adjust to life not working, so that I don't go into the abyss like I normally would.
Is it hard for you to be a husband and a father when you really yearn for the road and the freedom of the road?
I just have to take them with me. I mean, I love them to death, so I make it work, but I have to admit I'm a little antsy when I'm at home for too long.
The last time you cheated on your wife was before you married her. You've been able to remain faithful?
In all honesty, I haven't cheated on her once since we got together.
It's remarkable.
Yeah, but now, are you on any kind of medication, or you...
You on Subutex?
No.
You are not.
I did do it for a minute, though.
Yeah?
How
do you get off heroin? You say that in your book that you go cold turkey.
I never really got into using prescription drugs to opt out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Artie uses Subutex. He's on it regularly to keep him off his heroin.
Right.
But
a lot of guys do that. I used Subutex for the first time a little over a year ago. And that's how I got off the Oxycontin.
Oh, you were on that too, huh?
Well, that's heroin. I mean, people don't realize it, but that's heroin.
But before that, there was this stuff called Buprenex, and that never worked for me. And I don't think I did it properly.
But it's funny, in your book, you describe your first heroin experience as not even being all that great. You were in the studio 1984 with Izzy.
That was the first heroin experience where I smoked it.
I see.
But the first time I ever shot it up, that was it.
Why would you go to shooting it if smoking did nothing for you?
Because, I don't know,
Because you couldn't believe you didn't like it. You mean when you smoked it, what was the reaction?
We were when I smoked it, I felt a little bit queasy, and I don't think I knew exactly what I was doing, so I didn't get the full effect that I was supposed to get.
And then how much time passed when you said to yourself, I have an idea that if I injected this, I would be happy?
It probably was about a year.
A year?
Yeah. Maybe in those days, a short amount of time seemed like forever. So it could have been 6 months, but it seemed like a year.
You mainlined.
Yeah.
But isn't it a weird thing, to start wrapping your arm with something and cooking up drugs?
It's actually half the fun of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It really? Do you still dream of it? Do you still miss it?
No.
You don't?
You know what? Because I stopped doing it as on a regular basis in like 1991, as soon as Guns N' Roses went back out on the second record. And I stopped, and I chipped a couple times along the way over the course of however many years. I probably put like maybe 7 or 8 times, and it never was as good as when I first did it. It was always
chasing the dream,
pain in the ass, and it just after a while you just resigned to the fact that it's just not going to be like that anymore, and you sort of let it go.
All right, so you're drug free now.
I've had moments where there's been people around who have had it on it, and there's in the back of your mind there's that sort of like, a sensation of going, oh yeah, wow, but your rational thinking just takes over and goes, you don't want to go.
You never did any rehabs
I did my first real rehab stint about a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That recently. Would you laugh at guys like Aerosmith when you guys would go out on tour with Aerosmith when you were in Guns N' Roses, and they would have rules where, in order to protect their sobriety, you couldn't even drink alcohol around them, or you had to hide it and drink it in a cup and this and that or the other thing. You don't place those kind of demands on other people, do you?
No. I actually like it when, within reason, that people are, I like to be out with people and know that they're able to drink and stuff like that. It makes me feel more comfortable.
You don't even drink anymore? Wow.
Nothing? Right, Vay.
I know, right?
Wow.
But I play a lot better, and I've been very productive. And this particular point in my life, it's actually working.
When you go to rehab and you show up and you're a very famous person, do you go to a rehab specifically for famous people?
Well, this particular rehab that I went to wasn't necessarily for famous people, but you had to have some cash.
You had to have some major dough. So you're in there with some big players.
There was actually nobody there when I went in.
You had your own rehab.
I was the only client, which was great.
Isn't that a little scary?
My own bedroom. I think I was really in control going in there, knowing why I was there. So I think I really went to rehab more just to get some help to get off the stuff that I was on at the time. I really
was that the OxyContin and all that?
Yeah. That just so I didn't want to go through the whole long withdrawal thing, and also just to sort of get away from everything for a minute and get my head together, because there was a lot of shit going on at that time.
Not only were drugs going on, but a lot of sex. And you describe something in your new book that is very disturbing, and I feel for you on this.
What, the Izzy thing?
The Izzy thing. You
what
say,
is going on here?
I knew this is. Yeah.
I remember being up in the bunk one night after a show with Izzy and some girl. We were taking turns having sex with her, but Izzy wasn't wearing any protection. So when he pulled out, he came on my leg.
Oh!
Since I was right there on the other side of her, that definitely stopped me in my tracks. I sat up, I looked at him, and I said, "Hey, Izzy, man, we've got to get a bigger place."
Yeah, right.
When a man comes on your leg, what is that like?
That was a very surreal experience. But you have to understand, we were in a space that was entirely probably the size of a twin mattress. It was a loft that was the size of the mattress, and there was nowhere else to go, and we were both banging the same girl, and there was nowhere else for him to move to. And so in the heat of the moment, he wasn't really thinking about where he was aiming, and I was right there. And,
so many...
Really bonding moment.
It really is. And when Izzy came, did he come a lot? Was it a big load? Did he drop a big load?
What? It seemed like an eternity.
Was he laughing? That he goes, "Oh my God!"
He didn't know. He
was out.
No, he didn't realize where I was in proximity to where
it was dark.
Was.
What do you do? Honestly, this is very specific. What do you do with the load once it's on?
You get the girl to lick it up.
You did? Did she really? I'm going to throw up. What do? You wipe it off with his shirt?
I used one of the blankets on the mattress.
When you're living that close with a bunch of guys and everything, the one thing I don't get is double teaming these chicks. Here, this is certainly a tremendous amount of variety on the road of women, especially when you're in a cool band.
This was in the old days. This was like before we ever hit the road, when we were just like the scourge of Hollywood local band.
Did you ever feel bad for the women? Did you ever have any sort of, this is what I'm talking about with your childhood. Like, it's almost like there were no rules. Like, some woman comes in, she's almost disposable. You take her in there, you fuck her a couple of times.
I'm not one of those guys. I'm that one guy in the band that actually sort of was sort of a sucker for girls. Even the stupidest ones, I felt sort of bad for, the ones that would come in and be so easy to disrespect,
Right.
And so some of the relationships that I had with women over the years, or most of the relationships I had with women over the years, when it came to sex, it was usually so there was some sort of mutual respect between the two of us. But in certain instances, like this one that we're talking about with Izzy, that was just some girl that I don't even know how she ended up there.
Did you ever share women with Axl Rose, the lead singer of Guns N' Roses?
A couple times.
You did?
Yeah.
So
I guess everybody shared. Huh?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I never got into that. Then again, nobody wanted to share with me. Who wanted to see me naked? Certainly not another guy. Does it feel a little bit gay when you see one of your bandmates naked there, and
you know how
it's
funny. You can sort of. You don't really get into the watching them per se.
Right.
It becomes sort of an animal thing. That you're not really paying attention to them. You're with the girl, and he's with the girl, and you're not really focusing on him at all. And you don't want him in any. Like, I had an incident a long time ago where I used to have these parties at my house, and party loving people would come over, and we would have a lot of interaction.
Yeah.
And I was on the landing in my house with this girl, and I was on the floor, and she was on top of me, and Ron Jeremy happened to be there, and he came up behind her without even asking, and then sort of got behind her, and I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden I felt invaded.
Yeah.
So there has to be it's not one of those kind of things. I watch some porno movies, and I just couldn't handle.
There are rules, in a sense.
You didn't want Ron Jeremy joining in.
Yeah, there can be some awkward moments.
Awkward in the sense, too, like when you have to follow Izzy, let's say, or Axel, you're the second guy in the girl. These guys have already come inside the girl. I mean, does any of that bother you? That bothers me for some reason. Why am I so uptight? I mean, that's
really,
my problem.
of all people.
Am I uptight?
It's not really being uptight. It's just certain people have certain limits to what they think is,
acceptable.
That never bothered you.
Yeah, there's certain aspects of it that bother me.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm sleazy to an extent, but there's another part of me that's got a moral center that there's certain things I won't accept.
But are there rules as to who goes first?
I have a wide.
Yeah, but like are you the king bee in a sense that like you go first and then the guys follow?
I never thought about that. I'm actually racking my brains trying to figure out how that works.
So did there come a time when let's say Izzy was banging a chick, he finishes, then you say, now I'm hopping on?
I don't think it ever really worked that way. It was usually one of those kind of things that if we were sharing a girl, it sort of all happened at the same time.
So would you prefer the mouth or the anus or the vagina?
Well, we never did the
anus.
Anus, the two,
Right.
Yeah, that's way out of control.
What's that sign that they got?
What is that called? Double, not DP,
it's not
but
double penetration.
I learned this in Canada recently. I can't remember what it's called though. Anyhow, I think he would be doing her and I would be getting it, getting oral.
Right.
We might switch around, not in any particular order.
Would it be something sort of too, if you weren't well hung?
I would prefer just having the one girl or two girls. I don't really like
two
having
girls
guys
is okay
around.
too.
I could probably count on two hands how many times
you shared.
I shared, yeah.
Because it's a weird thing. Do you ever get into my penis is bigger than Izzy's? Or I mean, I would get into that. I mean, I'm not saying it's because you do naturally compare, and any guy who says they don't is lying.
Also, don't you see him doing some weird things? Oh, look at what he's doing.
There's awkward moments. Yeah.
Did you ever see Izzy like looking at a girl's butthole, and then you go, you know what, Izzy's gross?
Yeah, right. No, I don't remember that. But I do remember some incidents that happened with some other people in other bands where you have like a few girls come from a strip club or something like that, and they come into a hotel room and everybody's partying, and then all inhibitions go out the window, and next thing you know, there's like two girls giving one guy head for a minute, and then the other guy comes along, and then you're all standing together and they're all doing it, and you sort of at that point. It's a party, but then there's another element that comes in. It's like, okay, now we're all doing this together. I didn't know you that well. No. Right. Yeah, there's some moments out there.
When you wrote the book, did you leave some of those things out? Like you saw the lead singer of AC/DC do something?
I didn't put anything in there. There was one mention of my good friend James Hetfield.
From Metallica.
Right.
Yeah.
And I put it in there. I didn't want to get him into. I didn't want to.
What'd you see him do? What'd you put in?
He was in my hotel room, in the actual bedroom part, and I let him use the room with this girl that he was with. And this was a long time ago, way before he got married.
Pre-marriage, yes.
Yeah,
of course.
And I needed to go in the room to get something, so I sort of opened the door and was creeping in, and he was head fucking her against the wall. Wow. But he was doing it. He was doing it in the James Hetfield kind of like
angry.
He was going, oh yeah, this is fun.
Rock and roll.
I mentioned that because it was.
Is your penis bigger than Izzy's?
I can't remember. I think we're roughly around the same.
Roughly around the same size. Axel had a small penis, I read.
I don't know. I never actually went there.
I see. Never took a look at that. Well, I mean, it's a fascinating life. I mean, the sex.
Are
the
you
drugs.
talking to Axel now?
Mm-mm.
Hell no. These guys can't stand each other.
We haven't talked since when I quit. That was
pretty much it.
An unprecedented sort of kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought that I was serious, and I think that really caused a lot of bad blood.
You deal with the financial aspects of being in Guns N' Roses too. Your signing bonus when you first get signed to a record label. This is how out of control you were, which is so opposite the guy I kind of know sitting on the couch. You blew your signing bonus.
I tried not to.
You blew it on heroin, right?
Yeah. Well,
sad, right? I bet. How much money do you think you missed out on?
It wasn't that much money. It was $7,500.
Yeah, but at the time you had nothing.
At the time, it was huge, and I couldn't put money in the bank because I had a lien on my income at the time, and so I had it all in traveler's checks, and I really tried to maintain it. But you have to understand that when Guns N' Roses got signed, that we couldn't do anything. We couldn't do any gigs or you really do anything except for sit for about a year and a half, and it was pretty hard to do it. You know, we were bored shitless.
Is there an unbelievable aspect to fame that, like, aside from your mom introducing you to David Bowie at an early age, all of a sudden you start to get in a band, you start to get some kind of name out there, and suddenly, you know, like you say, your first son was conceived in Ron Wood of the Rolling Stones house. You're hanging out with Sly of the Family Stone, smoking PCP and crack with him. I mean, you're doing.
Well, I didn't actually smoke crack with him,
but you saw him doing it.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. He seems like such a normal guy.
Yeah, when I saw him last, he looked fine.
And then all these
drugs do weird things to very normal people.
And then wild things happen to you. I mean, a woman blew him while he was asleep. I mean, that's great stuff, right?
She wasn't a woman. She was a kid. She was.
What do you mean?
She was. I mean, she must have been like 14 or 15 years old.
And you were asleep?
I was sort of asleep. I sort of half woke up for that.
I mean, this is not a normal life. You know that. I mean, most guys.
It's all fun, though. I got to tell you.
You bet.
I have no regrets.
Oh, I bet. I was going to ask you that. Certainly,
but you
shouldn't.
Also, my parents. I came from sort of the whole free love generation.
Right.
Everybody was very uninhibited in those days, and when you talk about David and whatnot, I mean. I was raised around a lot of musicians, a lot of entertainers, and it was all like that. I mean, you know, I remember walking into a friend of my mom's place one time. I mean, adults were always having sex when I was a kid. And it wasn't.
You see,
it wasn't.
All of this.
It wasn't lurid, you know, that kind of sex. It was just sort of a more loving kind of.
I'm telling you, he had a childhood with no rules.
Yeah.
I mean, you thought it was normal to walk into a room and see adults having sex.
Well, I mean, it would have been abnormal for them to keep me around.
Did you ever see your mom having sex?
Only once.
Who was she having sex with? With your dad?
Yeah, I walked in one time.
That's weird.
Yeah, that was weird. I never.
What position were they in? I bet it's frozen in your mind.
It was missionary.
It was.
Yeah.
And did you stand there and watch?
You know, there was that second that lasts forever.
Yeah. You saw it going in and out.
No, it wasn't that close. I was on the other side of the room.
That's got to be traumatic. Yes, Gary, what do you want to ask?
No, I just wanted to ask Slash, because there's stuff that you read, and I heard that, you know, you don't talk to Axl anymore. And there was that weird incident a couple of years ago, I just never understood, you know, Guns N' Roses, the Axl Guns N' Roses, played the Hard Rock on New Year's Eve, and Slash went there just to see what was going on, but I never understood what actually happened.
What happened was my wife and I saw an ad for Guns N' Roses at the Hard Rock at the Joint in the Hard Rock, and so we made a plan to go there. It was New Year's Eve, so went down there, sort of got myself set up, made a phone call, got set up, and then went down there, and I was forbidden to enter the venue.
But did you ever say to Axl, "Hey, I want to come by and see you"?
No.
And they didn't want you in.
The whole building knew I was coming.
Why do you think you went there? Were you looking for confrontation? Were you looking to say to him?
They were saying that the rumor was I had my guitar and my top hat, and I was going to go in there. You know, some. You know,
but why go and torture yourself?
But no, I just wanted to go see Guns N' Roses because I'd never seen them before.
Yeah, but wait a second.
That was it.
You had to be angry. This isn't Guns N' Roses.
But this was years after. You have to understand, when I quit, whatever he went on to do after that was fine.
Right.
And I knew he was going to continue on with the name because that was one of the things that was leading up to the split anyway, when it first came up. And so I was really intrigued. I wanted to go see what Guns N' Roses was.
What do you think of like Van Halen right now, where they get rid of Michael Anthony, the original bass player and backup vocal guy? They put in Eddie's son. Eddie Van Halen's son is in there now. Like, does that kind of burn you up a little bit? Because that's what Axl tried to pull with Guns N' Roses. He tried to replace the whole band. Right. Do the fans deserve to see... They don't want to see Van Halen or Guns N' Roses with other players.
Well, I think it needs to be made very clear to the public that the original members will not be there, which... Somehow with the Guns situation, I don't think that happened.
I think that's why you went to the show that night. You wanted to sort of say to Axl, "Go ahead, you do this in front of me, asshole."
It wasn't like that.
I will tell you how
it was. It was really pretty innocent. Just wanted to go see. I mean, think about it. How interesting would that be?
Yeah, but you couldn't have been surprised by their reaction.
I would be angry.
I was. There's a point there. It's like, oh, come on, get off it. What am I going to do?
Yes, Gary.
It was weird because there was one time I went to see Guns N' Roses, and of course you're looking for the guitar player to be Slash. And it could have just been sort of, nondescript. And instead it was that weird guy, Buckethead. Do you remember?
That was on the MTV show.
Yeah, it was a guy with a bucket over his head, and it was almost like calling too much attention.
I know, I was him for Halloween a couple of years ago.
Were you a Buckethead?
Yeah, but let me just put one thing in.
Do you think Buckethead is a talented individual?
I don't really know his work. I really don't know his work.
Okay.
I've heard he's a really accomplished guitar player.
Okay.
Very technically, fluent.
You say that as a put down in a way, that a guitar player
he's not a rock guy,
A rock guy has a certain soul to his guitar.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's not just all about technical.
I have heard a couple pieces of music from Buckethead, and it's technically proficient, but doesn't have any heart,
So, in other words, you kind of say, hey, there's two types of musicians. There's the guy who can go in and read charts and get that all done. And then there's you. You can walk into a studio and make something magical happen.
Something like that. It's like if somebody picks up the guitar and has the balls to really come from the heart and expose himself, emotionally on the instrument, you can tell, you can feel it.
Getting back to the sex for 1 minute.
Wait, let me straighten out one thing
Sure,
about
go
the
ahead.
Axl thing.
Yeah.
Just with all due respect to Axl, he didn't know that I was banned from the venue. It was a manager thing, which actually happened to be our old manager, who I hated with a passion anyway. And he thought Axl might not react, positively if he knew I was there, so he decided to take it upon himself.
But did Axl ever reach out to you afterwards to say, "Hey, I heard you were there. Sorry you couldn't get in. Would have loved to have seen you"?
No, that's not his style.
No, he doesn't do
reaching
that.
out.
No.
Now,
okay, sorry.
Getting back to the sexual thing, it is amazing because I'm sure you guys weren't wearing contraception and stuff. The only STD you say in your book that you got was you got genital warts on your stomach.
No. I got genital warts on my penis, but what happened was I had these marks on my stomach, which they were sort of like psoriasis kind of thing, but being hypochondriac, I guess. It was right around the time that the AIDS thing was first really starting.
Right.
And it just seemed like real small versions of what the AIDS
so you thought you had those lesions
look
yeah.
like. And of course, it would not surprise me because practicing safe sex at the time wasn't really a habit. I don't think. The only time you ever practiced safe sex was not to get a girl pregnant, and that was. But even then, that was hard to do.
But it is amazing. You didn't come down with a lot of stuff.
That was the only thing. That and crabs. That was the only.
The crabs you got. You didn't get the herpes. You didn't get any of that stuff. You really got.
I never even got hepatitis C, which a lot of guys.
A miracle. Did you share needles when you were shooting?
There was times.
Yes, and
see, he skirted all of them.
I've been really lucky.
Yeah.
But here you are, a hypochondriac.
Not really. I'm just
but you probably are
a little bit.
Yeah, and then you would share a needle with someone, which to me would be totally dangerous.
It's in the whole fervor of
getting the drugs.
Yeah, it is a real psychological thing to that.
They say that about Keith Richards too, that he's lucky and he's got this constitution, of an ox.
A horse,
yeah. You have to be reasonably intelligent to sort of get away with a lot of this stuff, but at the same time, I've been really, really lucky.
Yeah, it is. It's a roll of the dice. Another upsetting thing happened to you. You once passed out. You were unconscious, and you were teabagged by Tommy Lee, the drummer of Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Now what's that all about?
Don't trust your friends.
Yeah, I mean, you passed out from drinking.
Yeah.
You're laying there on the floor unconscious. And Tommy Lee gets naked and puts his balls
over my face. They weren't touching, but
who knows?
I saw the picture.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there was it's actually in Nikki's book. I think it's a little bit more graphic in Nikki's book, of course.
Describe, if you would, the smell of Tommy's balls.
I was out cold.
I see. So you never smelled his balls.
No.
Right. Do you say to a guy afterwards, "Hey, I'm coming. I'm going to kick the shit out of you"?
No. I deserved it because I put myself in that position by passing out on the floor of the bar and them having to take me up to the room and put me to sleep.
But you do expect your bros to
well,
be...
you know, I had a couple things to say, obviously, but, you know, under the circumstances, I deserved it.
You seem like a good-natured person.
I am. I'm pretty easygoing.
What about fights? Do you ever have any fist fights?
I used to.
I haven't in a while. Did you ever have any with Axel?
No.
You never had a fight?
I think there was one time in our relationship where I thought that was going to happen, but I think we both thought better of it.
Probably the relationship between you and Axel can never be repaired, because even in your book you say some nasty things about him, in the sense that you saw him flip out on girls who wouldn't have sex with him.
There was a one incident that I didn't put that in there because I wanted to talk about him. It just had a lot to do with why I left. We were in rehearsal at the time, and we were staying in Chicago, and why I left Chicago, which is a whole story.
What did you see that night?
Nothing I'm going to get into here.
What do you mean? He yelled at a girl or he hit her?
I just reacted inappropriately.
In other words, hey, you have to give me sex.
The girl wouldn't have sex with him.
Yeah. But there was, you know, I really don't want to get into all that, because
why, though?
It wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't that big a deal. I think the reasoning behind it and so on and so forth, I thought was sort of unsavory. So I just got sort of disgusted with the whole thing that was going on at that period. So I don't want to single that one incident out.
Why did you have sex with an old girlfriend the night before your wedding? What happened there? Were you scared to get married? Was that it? And you just said, hey, shit, I got to get out of this thing?
The first marriage I got into was an ultimatum.
Right.
And I don't think I went in the right. I didn't go into it from the heart. And so I'd sort of dated this girl that is now my wife.
Right.
You know, not really dated, but we saw each other on occasion, and we always had a good time. And she knew that. She knew that we had sort of a connection.
Is this the wife when you were doing my movie you were hanging out with?
That's the one that I was married to then.
Right.
Yeah.
You divorced her.
One.
Yeah, I divorced.
She was hot.
She was, you know, she was a good-looking girl, but it was an ultimatum. I'd been caught. She finally caught me. Someone ratted me out for everything that I'd done behind her back. I mean, literally everything.
Aren't friends great?
Somebody had it in for me.
Why would they do that to you?
And so we split up for a while, and of course I was out on tour, and I started feeling lonely. And just because of all these things I did to her didn't mean that I didn't care about her. It was just I really wasn't ready for that serious of a relationship at that point, I think.
Are there any? But there, again, there's no rules, you know. So like you would just say, hey, screw it.
I was like a sex addict at that point.
You were.
I was out of control.
When you went to rehab,
I used to keep 3 and 4 hotel rooms in every hotel, so I could go bouncing around.
So that's part of your thing. You can't sit still. So so keep yourself busy with women, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's like drugs.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
You know, you can't knock it, though.
A lot of famous women?
No, not necessarily. I mean, some more famous than others, but
look at you.
Yeah,
how many women you figured you banging in your time? Come on,
I don't.
Give me a number.
I don't have a number.
You up over 500?
I have no.
Look at you.
You didn't keep any records?
Of course not.
Are you kidding? There are written records. It's more thorough than a German concentration camp.
Anyway, so what happened was Perla heard that I was getting married. Actually, she came to my bachelor party, which was a co-ed bachelor party because what I was saying was I called my girlfriend up. I called my girlfriend up, who was going to be my wife, and I said, let's get back together. And she said, not unless we get married. And I was like, oh.
So you had to do it.
And so then we did it, and Perla, who'd known me from previous, came around and said, ha ha, you know, and then somehow we ended up doing it the night before my wedding.
Beautiful.
The wedding was doomed from that point on. The marriage was doomed, you know. But I feel really bad because I actually put her through something. I'm not into hurting people's feelings for, you know, being inconsiderate.
How are your children going to rebel against you? It's going to be tough.
I don't know. I'm sure they'll find.
They'll be
all kids find something.
Yeah,
they seem like good kids, or what?
They're great kids.
They are.
Yeah, they're out of control too, though. We have to work really hard to keep them in check.
Right, because you're used to having a life.
My wife
rules.
and I, when we first, our whole relationship, up until when we had kids, we were probably the craziest couple you'll ever meet.
Oh, I believe that.
And so when the kids came, it sort of, I guess it was payback. It's like, okay, we got 2 boys. It's like,
who are the great bands today? Anybody turning you on musically, or are you just fed up with the whole scene?
You know, I don't have a lot of positive things to say about what's going on with rock and roll right now.
Right.
I mean, it's about as far removed from the genuine article as far as I'm concerned. There's some bands that are still around that came out in the 90s, which I might have not thought that much of then, but I think huge, I think they're great now because they're the only bands around that have any inkling of what that kind of rock and roll attitude.
What's an example of one of those bands?
Well, Foo Fighters are great.
Yeah. Foo Fighters are great.
One of the greatest bands that's come out in the last 15 years.
Did it surprise you when the drummer from the Foo Fighters turned out to be a lead singer and guitar player?
Yeah,
I mean, what did I say?
Drummer from Nirvana.
Yeah, from Nirvana.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw the Foo Fighters was here at what's the place by Dave Letterman. Right across
Roseland.
I saw him at Roseland, and it was great. And it was that was in like not too long after Kurt died.
It was shocking to you, probably.
But he is a great band, and he's a great songwriter. Yeah.
So, when you had to write a book, I don't even know what inspired you to write a book. When you say you wrote the book, you worked with a writer, and he even claims at 4 in the morning when you would remember a story, you would call him. You don't know any work hours, and
well, no, I had to call him when they came because trying to recall all that stuff wasn't the easiest thing to do.
No, I think it's the most difficult thing in the world. Well, you've done it. I mean, you've written a very, very interesting book. This is great. Slash's new book, Slashed. That's the name of the book.
It's just Slash.
That's what I said.
I thought you said slashed.
Yeah, you did say that.
I thought,
Sloshed.
Slash's new book. Slosh would have been a good title.
That's a good one. You should have talked to me. The book Slash is in stores now, and you can check out Slash in Guitar Hero 3 in stores now as well.
Best game ever, by the way.
Isn't it cool?
Guitar Hero Howard is the best fucking game.
It's one of those things I got involved with that I don't consider a sellout because it was so cool.
Better than chess?
No, chess is great, but that's a different animal.
I see.
I keep chess on my BlackBerry.
You play chess?
Yeah.
You're not on the ICC,
What's the ICC?
Chessclub.com, Internet Chess Club?
No.
Oh.
Because Howard could play with you.
I will play with you.
Really?
Oh, yes.
That's when I remember starting playing chess when I was pretty young, and I've always had a thing for chess.
I don't want to brag, but I'm a 1600.
No, I believe you're probably pretty good. You seem like you would be.
Yeah, I'm no retard.
I'm into poker now. That's my new thing.
That's your thing?
That seems like everybody's into poker. So
But are you going to get carried away with that and blow a lot of money?
No. I mean, at this point, I love watching on TV and I love playing it on my telephone.
Right.
And it's.
Are you playing big stakes poker?
I'm not a gambler. You're not going to get me to take $1,000 or $10,000 and put it on the table.
How much do you play for?
I don't play for anything. I'm playing on a machine.
Yeah,
that's
he doesn't go to the casino.
I have some friends that I can play with, but that's small stakes.
All right, get the book Slash in stores now. What do you want to say, Garibaldi?
I got a question and a story. One of our friends has a good story about Slash. But in the book, do you talk about how you wrote the songs? Because I read how you came up with the guitar riff for Sweet Child of Mine. I was wondering if it was true.
I got into a lot of the songs on Appetite because it's such an infamous record, and so I did talk about Sweet Child of Mine and Welcome to the Jungle and Night Train and Paradise City and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because Sweet Child of Mine supposedly was what he would do to warm up that riff.
Right, in practicing, I try and make up something interesting just to keep myself engaged instead of just mindless practicing. And I stumbled on this cool pattern that had a nice melody to it and started coming up with these different notes within the pattern. And then a couple of the other guys started playing some chords behind it.
And then would Axl come in and then start singing to it?
Axl, unbeknownst to us, was upstairs writing lyrics to it, and we didn't know.
Wow.
And so the next day at rehearsal, he goes, "Let's do that thing you guys were working on," and it became this big song.
That's great. When it's that easy, it's a shame it can't last forever, You just wish you could stay in that zone.
But that was just him warming up.
It's also one of those songs.
The song still gives me chills.
It's one of those songs that's very indicative of an entire band working together.
Right.
It would never have happened without the other guys.
Yeah.
Right. It's a collaborative thing that happens. Yeah. But this is your warm-up exercise.
It's not a warm-up exercise. He said that.
Well, that's what I read. What was it?
It was just something that I made up that I was just thought was interesting.
Practice,
But I never would have probably made a song out of it. It was very private. They just happened to pick up on it.
And Axl walks downstairs and says, "Hey, listen to these lyrics I'm working on."
He didn't say anything. It was the next day. If I remember correctly, he goes, "Hey, play that thing you guys were jamming in the living room yesterday." And so we started playing it, and he started singing something. So he was up there listening and writing.
Wow. Oh, that's just great. That's a cool story. Yeah.
Now I got to tell you our story. So Shuley, our very own Shuley, used to live in Las Vegas, and he said he worked at one of those photo places, and he said he once developed a nude roll of film of Slash. He's out there if you want to talk to him about it.
You got to be kidding me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that on camera? You don't care.
I don't believe this, but
what was it, Shuley? You worked in a camera place.
It was like a souvenir / liquor store that sold everything. If it wasn't nailed down, we'd sell it, and we developed film there too. And he came in in and was trash. And at the time, I didn't even recognize Slash because he didn't have a hat on. His hair was like flat and everything. And they dropped off a roll of film. It was you, and I don't know which one.
Was it in L.A.?
No, it was in Vegas. It was on Fremont Street.
No, okay. There's actually some pictures in the book of she and I, but they weren't full on sex. There's There's some nudity, but there's no real penetration.
There's a picture in the book. She's got her face where the sun don't shine.
When I developed the film, that's when I realized it was Slash because there was a picture of him in the shower, and I saw this tattoo on his arm of himself. It says Slash with the hat.
It's a tattoo. He was actually of a girl, but it has my name.
Oh, it does. Okay, well,
character.
And he was nude, and he's just standing there in the shower.
How was he hung? Was he have a big penis?
Yeah, it was huge. I made double prints. I put it in the book we had for naked photos. We had a book underneath for nude pictures.
You're very gracious.
That was very nice of you. Well, Slash, it's a pleasure. And
Yes, can I ask him a couple of questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
What? How you doing, man? Artie. You guys were like a great sort of band in the tradition of classic, rock and roll. When you saw bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, that whole grunge thing coming on, did you feel like you guys were in trouble in any way?
No. I was really excited. Being that in the 80s, we were one of the few sort of hands down gritty rock and roll bands. There was so much other glam and sort of fake anthem stadium rock or whatever you want to call it going on. When grunge happened, which I still have a hard time calling it that, but in the 90s, in the early 90s, when Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, what's the other band?
Pearl
Jam.
Yeah.
And bands like that, those were the main ones. I thought it was great because it was like some new blood, and I was really addicted to a couple of these records.
So was it a turn off to you? You liked it?
What would you rather call it? Rock and roll, like anything else,
it was
right?
basically just an extension of what we were doing.
Right.
I agree. I agree.
And just one real last thing. I've struggled with drugs as documented on this show, and I'm curious, what created more chaos in your life? Because I have a definite answer to this.
Yeah.
Coke or heroin? What do you think created more like chaos? What made you more out of control?
Coke definitely made me more out of control. But we keep mentioning Coke, but I only speedballed Coke, so I always had it with heroin.
Oh, really?
I did a couple lines here and there. Like I used to hang out with Sam Kinison back in the day, and he used to blow my mind. He'd do a line the size of this table in one hit.
Yeah,
really some serious business.
Yeah.
Coke's not really my drug of choice. It's too up.
So I'm always had heroin.
I'm a heroin guy.
Wow.
But some of my weirdest stories in the book are about when I'd run out of dope and it just end up with the Coke left to shoot, and then the hallucinations that go along with that.
Right.
You said at one point you put your fist through a piece of glass shower.
There was something that happened, an incident in Phoenix, where I probably would have gone to jail for a good amount of time.
Oh, really?
And luckily, there was a promoter there. My manager called. That was probably one of the few.
What happened?
One of the few good things they ever did for me. They got me on a plane and sent me back to L.A. like that.
What did you do though?
I tripped out in this resort.
Coke. Yeah. You started to hallucinate.
Yeah, completely. And I was running around this resort, running from something I thought was chasing me.
You were naked, weren't you?
Yeah, I was naked, and I ran into this maid who pressed charges.
Oh my goodness!
For what?
For what do you call it? Like
indecent exposure.
No. When you punch somebody, what do you call it?
Assault.
Yeah. I couldn't
punched the maid,
and then
you were naked and you punched the maid.
I just ran over her.
You thought she was a monster.
I knocked her down. No, she was in my way, and
and you were running from what? What did you see?
I was running from these little imaginary demons that had these little guns that were chasing me, and I trashed my hotel room trying to get away from them, and then went through the front door.
That doesn't sound like fun.
No, it was. You
could have lost your mind.
Yeah,
in the book you described them. What do you say that you described?
I said they looked like the little predator guys.
Yeah,
that's the closest. That was the best thing I could.
I mean, you were real hardcore with this. In fact, in the book, Slash goes into the fact that he got a virus from drinking too much, and they had to replace something in your heart, didn't they?
They put a defibrillator in my heart.
Right.
Wow.
And they told me that
this is hardcore.
That I wasn't going to live. They said that you have 6 days to 6 weeks, and I refused to. I remember that was serious, and I didn't have a problem quitting drinking to sort of go along with doctor's orders. But I was really concerned with getting all because I had to cancel the tour, and so I wanted to make up those dates.
Right.
And that's what got me through it. And I was back on the road within months.
Because when you're on coke or heroin, at least me, you can drink endlessly. And when I would go on a Coke binge, I was more into Coke in my 20s because it forced you to be social. Cocaine, you were out, and that's why it created more chaos. But heroin, you want to withdraw and be by yourself.
I'm an introvert by nature, so doing Coke and socializing, it's like, it's okay. It makes it more, like, I go out now and I realize why I did so many drugs, because I just can't
stand being
it's
around
like
people.
Boring, you know,
Right, yeah.
hang out at a bar, everybody's talking, and you're like, this is why I used to drink.
Well, anyway, hey, by the way, you were at Anna Nicole Smith's funeral.
Yeah.
How did that? Were you close with her?
I wouldn't say close. She was more of an acquaintance to me, but she was close to my wife.
Oh.
And, you know, we didn't know each other all that well, but what's the guy's name?
Howard K. Stern.
Howard invited us, and Perla thought we should go, so we took off and went down there. And that was a real scene. And Nicole's mom was a real piece of work.
Really?
Yeah. She showed up at the funeral. I guess it was about an hour to 2 hours late because she was at the courthouse still trying to win that.
Yeah. The custody deal.
Yeah.
Pretty wild, man. You've done it all, and you've put it in.
And
you've put it in a book
everywhere. Yes.
Yes, and and I got to tell you something. It's a great book. Good for you, man. Slash's new book, Slash, in stores now. Check out Slash and Guitar Hero 3, by the way.
And we have Velvet Revolver's got a new record out.
Yeah, Velvet Revolver, and that thing's going well.
So we're touring. I'm just on a quick break. We're going to Japan and Australia.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I can't believe you got Scott Weiland under control.
He's the angel in the band.
No kidding.
Yeah,
it's
I
unbelievable.
wouldn't call him an angel, but he's doing really well.
Well, it's great. It's always great to see you. I love when you come in here. I love to sit and talk to you about your life. Yeah. It's fascinating.
All you guys, and I heard you were sick, so you might not be here. So I'm glad you're here.
Oh, I'm here. I'm not sick. Don't believe
She's sick.
the rumors.
She's the healthiest one in the room, Slash.
All right. That's right. Thanks, Slash.
All right,
Good luck with the book.
Thank you.
All right, Slash, how do you think it went in there today?
It was good. That was one of the more comfortable times I've had doing Howard Show. I always have a good time doing Howard Show, but I also get nervous. You know?
Why were you nervous?
I don't really like talking all that much. You know, like doing face-to-face interviews because I'm sort of quiet. You know, and I get thrown to the wolves sometimes. Howard's like that. The first time I ever did an interview with Howard was over the phone, and I didn't know who he was. This was years ago, and I called him from Hawaii at like 2 a.m, drunk off my ass, and didn't know who I was dealing with, and he just sort of wiped the floor with it. But luckily, he was. I think that what broke the ice though was that he was cool enough to let me redo the show the next day. And so ever since then, we've had sort of a relationship. So I have a lot of respect for the guy.
And was it weird talking about like your sex life and your childhood with drugs and everything?
I was sort of expecting it, but you never know exactly how it's going to go. There was a couple of uncomfortable moments in there, especially the group sex stuff, because I hadn't really thought about that. I didn't have any good answers for it. But it's all good,
How you doing, Big Shot?
How are you?
The Grammy-nominated Lisa Lampanelli is here.
I can say I knew you back when.
When I was the big hairy cunt who didn't hardly get paid. I know, and had to suck a dick for stage time. Now that I'm fabulous and have good hits and a tight box, it's really working out. That's what I'm going to call my next album, and that'll really be Grammy nominated. I'll totally win it. Big tits, tight box. LL, motherfucker.
Deal with it.
Hey, thank you for the ending. Thank you very much. You're not just cute, smart too.
Oh, thank you.
Genius.
You've got me vexed right now.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
I don't even know what that means, but it's hot.
Neither do I.
I did an X in it. How bad could it be?
Exactly.
So what's up?
Nothing. So you're making the big push here today.
Yes, I am. I'm announcing my big Grammy nomination, and I'm also announcing my Carnegie Hall date. I got booked at Carnegie Hall in May.
Look at you.
I know, and I still got the chinchilla coat, even though I got hate letters from some HowardStern.com viewers last time. They can fuck themselves because dykes don't like me wearing fur. Well, too bad. Lick it, bitches. Enjoy. Don't you hate it? The people who hate fur, all these people who can't afford it. Exactly. You're poor. I'm not.
If they could shell out some cash, maybe they'd be.
If they were fabulously wealthy nominees like me, if I could talk, it's fucking 4:30 in the morning. What do you want from me? I'm on West Coast time, bitch.
Lisa Lampanelli's here. She's excited. She's up for a Grammy. She really wants to win bad. She doesn't think she's going to win, though. Because she's right. Most of the people who vote for the Grammys don't even listen to the records, especially the comedy category.
She's a glamour girl.
Good to see you.
She's a glamour girl now. That's dangerous. You could fall into that category where you get too good looking and you won't be funny.
That never will happen, because if I stop making money, I'll get fat and ugly again and grow a mustache. I give a fuck less. I like money. Big celebrity.
Money is more important to you than looks.
Absolutely, because once you have money, the more dick you could get. I think we've established that over the past year.
Yeah,
I believe so.
That's what it's all about.
Sure is.
Tell me, I'm excited for you. You're going to, Artie, I don't know why your mic never goes on, but
hello,
Lisa, testing 1 2. Lisa, you're excited because you're up for a Grammy.
I can't believe it, dude. I can't believe it.
I think when was this announced?
This was announced, dude, I know, Wednesday or Thursday of last week. I'm laying at the pool at Canyon Ranch Health Spa. As you know, I'm very wealthy. I own a place there.
Right. Do you own a place at the spa?
Yeah, is that cool?
You mean at Canyon Ranch you own a place?
A house on the spa property.
Wow.
Yeah, I get my own room. It's a house, you whore.
What's a thing like that cost?
You know what? It was $1.25 million, which to me is very good, but it's a small. It's 2-bedroom. But how much room do I need?
Is that in Arizona?
Yeah, Tucson.
And you fly out there. That's where you rest and relax. Do you have friends out there?
I'm starting to make friends. I have 3 guys out there who I don't bang yet, because remember, I ain't banging for a while, except my security guards. So I've got So I just date them, and I have dates, and we go out to dinner, and I work out at the spa, and I do the spiritual coaching. Because as you know, I'm very spiritual, Robin.
So you're healthy and you're happy.
Yeah, I can't believe it, dude. It's like the worst year of my life, but the best now, you know?
Why was it the worst? What was the worst year and best year?
Well, bad breakup, and then you go through it, and then you come out the other side and you say, hey, my tits look good.
I'm still Lisa
Lampanelli. I'm Lisa motherfucking Grammy nominee Lampanelli, son.
Oh, no, she bangs her security guard.
Well, no, I have several on the road. I had one this weekend in New Orleans. That was pretty hot. What was funny is he got a leg cramp, like right during sex. And he goes, do you have a banana? And I mean, when a big, huge black guy asks you for a banana, that almost begs for the jokes. You know what I mean?
But you were saying you were able to get white guys now.
Yeah, but you know what? There's something about the chocolate love. I still like it, man.
Right. You
Thin enough to get it
back.
You know I can't. I keep getting sucked back in by that chocolate.
And the guys told me you won't tell me a name, but you banged a celebrity football player.
Oh my God! I wouldn't say a celebrity. He's not a starter, but he's not in the practice squad either. So I think that's pretty good.
He's on an NFL team?
He's on a very big NFL team, the Chicago Bears. Yes, I did.
Bears.
Oh, so it's one of the
Isn't
Bears.
That cool? I actually banged my first pro athlete, I was going to settle for a bowler. I actually got like a football player.
Is this a married man or a single man?
No. I won't go there. Hey. Mm-hmm. I'm a very moral person.
And it's a black guy.
Of course.
So you're fucking Kevin Hester.
No. It's I don't even know who that is, but I will tell you this. This guy tracked me down through the website, invites me to a game. I'm acting interested in this fucking game. I just want to bang the guy. Right. So he's like, when are you going to be in the area? I'll get you tickets. And I'm like, what area? And he goes, we're in Philly. So I was here for the Pat Cooper roast. I said, I'll be in Philly all weekend visiting friends. You think I have fucking friends in Philly? I wouldn't even give a shit. He's in the NFL. I'm like, even if he stands me up, it's a good story. I don't give a shit.
You didn't want to seem like a loser, so you say, I have friends in Philly.
Exactly. I go, I'm staying the whole weekend. When are you available? And like NFL guys only have like a 3-hour break.
Right.
So I had to pick him up at the hotel at like 7, go to a different hotel that he paid for a change and not just by the hour. Isn't that rich? And then like a Courtyard by Marriott was really classy.
Wait a second. Let me understand something.
Okay. It was so hot.
The guy tracks you down on your website.
Yes, he goes, I'm very attracted to you. I think you're a very nice person. You're very funny.
You do your comedy.
Yeah, but he's very young. So I knew it couldn't be a relationship.
How young?
I can't say the exact age because you'll figure out who it is because some asshole will look it up on the website.
Right.
In his 20s.
Wow.
Which is weird because I'm 46 and in 20 years we'd look like driving Miss Daisy. So this is not going to work out. This is a young colored guy. This is no good.
Right. So he's seen your act. He knows how funny you are. Yeah. He's attracted to your persona. He likes the way you look.
And he goes, I like older white bitches. They my thing.
Oh.
Why couldn't you bet? What a romantic guy.
Yeah.
Older
Somebody
white
lays
bitches.
that line on you, you melt.
You sure do. And when they leave their socks on too. Oh,
was he a hardcore black guy?
Very nice. No, very nice Southern gentleman black guy, but with the nice, beautiful.
Well, from Lisa's impression, I can narrow it down.
Look at her. It was Amos and Andy she dated. So wait a second.
So I drive down to Philly.
Why do you have to go to a different hotel room than the one he's in?
Because they're not allowed. Security is on the floor of every NFL team.
Okay.
And if you get a fine, if you bang some chick in your room.
So you can't even bring girls upstairs. It's like being in college.
You could get a fine, but since he's a rookie, he can't be affording no fines.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you're giving away he's a rookie.
I don't mean rookie. I don't mean rookie. He's a new kind of guy. He's not like he's a billionaire yet, but he had a very nice blinged out watch, which was real diamonds.
And he paid for the hotel.
Exactly. And you know what?
So he takes you to a hotel. In other words, there's no discussion like, let's go to dinner.
Absolutely not.
Do you say to him, look, you don't have to
let's go, bitch. I swear to God, I don't care, Howard. If I'm dating a guy, I don't put out no more because that's a nice thing. You work up to it.
You said to the guy, look, I'm not going to play games with you.
I didn't even have to say it. He gets in the car. Robin, there is nothing hotter when you pull up to a hotel where a pro team is playing and all the tour buses are there and all the security and there's fans mobbing them all for autographs and stuff. Right. And the guy runs out to your Toyota Camry. It is so hot.
And so when you get to the hotel.
I texted him from the McDonald's.
You get to the hotel. What do you mean you texted him?
Text messages from the McDonald's.
Yeah,
I said,
I'm coming.
Run out the side door, Negro. Okay.
Negro.
I'll meet you at the side.
Right.
Oh, it's so hot.
So wait a second. So you use subterfuge. He gets out of the hotel.
Yes, I did.
And you go to a separate hotel. He takes you to the room.
Well, what happened was he gets in the car, and he's shy. He's cute. He's like, a Southern guy.
Right.
So he's like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. You're so funny. You look really nice because I did my shit up like it was natural and everything. And he goes, this and that. And I go, well, I said, let's be honest. I said, I ain't never had no NFL player before. I think we got to do this thing. I said, it's a good story at the very least, right? And he goes, you won't be disappointed. And I'm like, okay. So we go and we go to this courtyard by Marriott and he gets the room. It was really hot. He ran in and came back with a key. Yeah. And then went in the side door and
No kidding.
Yeah.
You stripped down nude in front of him?
No, they do that. They take your clothes off and shit. This is hot, thank
Real
God.
black man or light-skinned black man?
He's a rather mocha. I would say not iced tea light, not decaf, but he was more of a mocha latte. Oh. Yeah.
And he bangs you immediately.
Well, yeah, what was weird was, here's the thing. He was the black guy with the tattoos, I love that, which they couldn't see what they said because they should be in whiteout because they can't really show up.
Right.
But, so, I'm like, oh my God. See, my trainer at Canyon Ranch goes, dude, I'm supposed to be celibate. I'm not supposed to be banging. He goes, listen. You'll never see a body like an NFL player. You have to fuck that guy. So it's under strict orders from my trainer at Canyon Ranch to bang this guy.
So how many times do you bang the guy before he leaves for, you only had 3 hours?
Exactly. Just once. And then we chatted a bit.
Does he hold out a long time or does he explode immediately?
It's a good session.
No, I'm not that good. Trust me. I stink. So I was like, whatever.
You blew him, you did everything.
No, I didn't do none of that.
Nothing.
No.
Just straight.
What am I going to get out of that? I can't stand it no more.
Straight fucking, huh?
Yeah, but, not straight. Here's the problem, Howard. I hope he doesn't know I'm talking about him today. Dude, okay. You know how regular penises, I think, are supposed to curve like this? Nice up?
Right.
His shit, I'm not lying. I've seen a slight curve. I've seen a little... This was like a fucking palm tree with 2 coconuts underneath it. I was like, what's going on with that dick? But I didn't say anything. Because I said, well, maybe that's...
You mean it bent all the way up?
All the way. Oh my God, over. So there's no way it could feel good. You try it from every position, they break your spleen. Then they rupture your pancreas. Then your coccyx is pulled out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? It was a dreaded inverted Cheeto dick syndrome, and I really don't feel it's appropriate.
Was it painful?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was painful after. But then he texted me and said he had fun, so I was like, can't wait to do it again.
You will do it again with him?
Nah, probably not after
because
he exists. He hates me now.
But the bent dick thing is just a turn off.
It's kind of creepy. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe I just pipe him or something. I don't know.
That's a shame. I mean, I feel bad for the guy.
But he must get laid a lot, dude. I mean, he's an NFL guy. He's really super hot.
That's probably why it's bent.
Yeah.
He probably broke it from all the action.
You're probably right.
So how long does the session last?
Very brief. I would say maybe 45 minutes. That's pretty good.
Brief.
That's good, yeah.
That's pretty good, right?
I mean, he banged you for a solid 45 minutes.
These blacks, they can go. And then
I couldn't last 5 minutes. 45
you could with
minutes.
Me. Let me tell you right now. And you know what? Howard, the best thing was, because I had said to him, it was going to be my first NFL player. While they're banging it, I bet every pro athlete does this. He goes like this, is this your first NFL dick? Is it?
No.
And I'm like, is this your first comedian Grammy-nominated pussy?
Oh, you two are charming together. What a couple.
Oh, my goodness.
I would say the romance was flying that night.
I wish you would have recorded it.
After he finishes, how much time? After he
I wanted to
finishes,
tape it.
After he finishes, how much time do you actually spend together? Like
That
2
was
minutes?
like fun because I knew he had the deadline. They had the
Right.
team meeting at 10.
Right.
So we had a split. I had to drive him back.
Right.
And he was like, oh, we have to do this again. What's your schedule? Because I'm always figuring I'm not good enough to really squeeze into your schedule. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll let you know. And then we kind of text back a few weeks. But it's weird.
Yeah.
Like, not weird, like, but I'm like, what do we really have in common? What do we have to say to each other?
Right.
But I'm going to Chicago in January. So maybe, hey, who knows?
Yeah, well, maybe
Love
we go to the
meeting
game.
you here.
Options open.
Oh, that's the thing, too. He goes, oh, I almost forgot. Here are your tickets for the game tomorrow.
Oh.
And I know that I'm not really in Philly, that I lied and I said I was going to be there. I'm driving back to
right.
Connecticut to see my family,
Right.
which is weird to face them after, you fucking an NFL guy in a hotel room, but
Right.
whatever, we'll see past that. So I took the tickets. I still have them at my house. But the thing is that it was a big win for them that next day. And he goes, how'd you like the game? And I go, oh, it was good. How'd you like the big win? Oh, that was a great save
Yeah,
someone
well,
on your
maybe-
team made at some point.
Maybe your vagina helped him to play.
You know what? I feel it did.
Yeah.
It's magic.
Did he
You know,
get
the
any?
whole
Did he get
team
any?
should keep you around.
Did he get on the field at all, or is he
No,
that,
of course not.
He's a real scrub.
injured. He has an ankle.
Oh my god.
Oh, you keep on. We'll get the name.
Oh my God! Well, you know what's funny, man? He's a good kid, and I never wanted to say his name, of course,
Right.
because he probably has a girlfriend because he's black,
Right.
and that's what they do.
All right,
So
I
you
didn't
never
know that.
Robin.
All right. Well, listen. Now you're nominated for a Grammy.
I can't
this
believe
is very
this.
exciting.
He'll
I
be
know.
calling now.
Oh,
He'll be
you know,
calling
you would
again.
think.
Now, I remember when Sam Kinison was up for his Grammy. I went to the Grammys with him.
Right.
And he was really nervous. He wanted it bad. He really wanted the Grammy. He felt that he deserved this kind of accolade.
Right.
And it would have given him some credibility. And he had everything, the speech prepared, the whole deal.
Oh, boy.
And if I remember correctly, he lost to, this was insane, PDQ Bach.
Yeah,
Right.
Which is a musical group that is not funny, nor are they good musicians.
Right.
So it's like insane. And Sam was out of his mind over it.
Really?
And his theory, and I know you have the same theory, is that the people who vote for the Grammys, particularly in the comedy category, probably never even hear the album. They go with the biggest names that they can find.
Exactly, because the names on this list is pretty good.
Who are you up against?
What is the other?
It's pretty good,
list?
actually. I wouldn't mind
list?
losing to any of them except one. Okay, George Lopez, very
He's a
good,
good guy.
funny spick.
Funny guy.
We've got this Stephen Wright. Funny Jew.
Been around a long time.
That's the thing. I think he's going to take it because it's the Jew
Longevity,
sympathy. You've been around a
yeah.
while. You're going to die. You are mad about you. Whatever.
Right. That's
Harry
right.
Shearer.
Oh, another
which
good
I
guy.
love
Yeah.
him, and I'm a huge fan. But those fucking Flight of the Conchords. Let me tell you
What is
something.
Flight of the Conchords?
These
Those
two
two guys.
freaks from Australia who had a show on HBO on Sunday night,
Yeah.
and they're hip and cool. And there's nothing I like less than hip and cool.
Right.
So if I lose to those, I'd rather see Dirty Spick Lopez win. I got to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I can't.
You don't
take
get
this.
any problems with all the language you use about black people
What am I gonna
and
do?
Spanish people?
These blacks, they enjoy me. The chinks love.
Everyone enjoys it.
Everybody loves Lisa Lampanelli. You know what's funny? I'm doing this animated pilot for Comedy Central,
Yeah.
and the best line out of it, because the Asians are very uptight,
Right.
The guy said, I say to the driver, make like the father of a Chinese daughter and step on it.
Wow. And they're allowing
I'll tell you,
that?
sure. This is why comedy, well, it's a pilot, too.
I see.
You know what I mean? So maybe it'll never make the air.
That's right.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
So this is a big deal. Now, who votes on the Grammys? Who are the people who
I'm
vote?
assuming it's just like the Academy of whatever recording engine.
You have no idea who's voting.
Is there any way you can
or
lobby?
how to get to them?
Is there any way you can lobby them,
I
get them
can't
to
be
listen to
bothered
your
with
record?
it. You know what?
Right.
The thing is, Gary was telling me in the back because he's very knowledgeable. He knows everything. He said that Warner Brothers, which is my record label, will all vote for Warner Brothers Records.
Right.
So they'll all vote for us. Even though they never heard of me, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But I mean, I'm the only chick. You'd think that they'd go throw the cunt a fucking bone.
Right.
She's 46. She ain't getting any younger.
Right.
Let's move it or
It's
lose
time
it.
to give
If
her
I
a-
said I'd cancer, I would get that goddamn award because
Well,
the
say
minute
it
you have
then.
the cancer,
Well,
especially
say it
tit
then.
cancer these days, you're
I mean,
a freaking celebrity.
How did the Gene Simmons roast go?
Oh my God, dude!
You were on that dais.
It was the best.
Did you roast the Gene Simmons? Why did you roast?
I'll tell you why. Okay, I'm at Canyon Ranch, and Shannon Tweed rescued me from a desperately lonely dinner one night.
Shannon Tweed is the wife of Gene.
the
Conjugal-
concubine.
Yes.
Right. She's at Canyon Ranch.
Yes, they go there on vacation
With
all the
Gene.
time. Gene hardly ever shows up because he always says he'll go, she told me, but then he says he has an opportunity to make money, and he's a Jew, she says. She says this.
Right.
He's a dirty Jew who's looking for money. I said, I totally agree.
Right.
But she goes with the son, who's hot, but 18 and miserable there because it's all old cunts working on themselves.
Right.
So it's her and the sister. Tracy goes, her sister and the 2 daughters, and this poor Nick who sleeps all day and could give a fuck less.
Right.
So they go, and Shannon rescues me one night when I'm sitting there reading by myself, and she goes, oh my God, is that my husband's favorite comic? I'm like, yes. So we're talking about Flavor Flav roast, and I go, we should roast Gene Simmons. I said, because he's a good sport. He could take a joke, and he loves being talked about. This guy loves publicity.
Please, any attention.
God
Any
almighty.
attention, yeah.
So she says, that's a good idea. We thought of it, and we're going to have Carrot Top to it. And I said, oh my God. I said, you know what? I got to rescue this Gene Simmons from Carrot Top. I mean, this is a fate awful. What's he going to do? You know?
He doesn't really roast.
Pull out his cunt. It's horrible. It's fucking disgusting. So we
You don't like Carrot Top?
as a friend, yes, but he
That's not
he
your
ain't a
type.
roaster. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He has these props. He pulls them out. He gave me a big black penis as a prop. I said, that's a dildo. Put it in my suitcase. What a fucking jerk off. So anyway, these fucking people.
Right.
Nobody does roast right no more.
Right.
So we go to do the roast. They call me, and this fucking Jew, Simmons, goes, okay, it's not paid. How the fuck do I get talked into a non-paid roast on a week off? And he goes, my manager had a fit. She goes, you're not doing it. And I go, listen, you fucking whore, I'm doing it because they said Donald Trump was going to be there, who I love, Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, and Cher, to meet Cher. I'm a big fag hag. I would love that.
Right.
Well, by the end of the freaking month, it ends up none of them are showing up. We got Puck, Downtown Julie Brown, and Corey Feldman.
No.
This is a budget. See Thomas Howell, okay?
Oh, my God. This must have been the worst roast ever.
You know what was funny? It was he was there. I did a joke about them. I said, he's out of business so long he had to change his name to Nobody Sees Thomas Howell. But the roast itself, I never thought I'd say, hey, I owe Comedy Central a big apology. This A&E is the most disorganized cocksuckers. Because what it is it's not going to be on that Family Jewels he does.
Right,
or as we call it in the industry, the Osbournes without the talented father.
Right.
So we're going to do the roast. It's free. My manager goes, you're not doing it. I said, hey, let them fly. They end up flying me in, which is nice.
Right.
They end up giving me the nice hotel. Boom. So we do it.
Right.
This roast started an hour and a half late. You're sitting there sweating to death because it's a rock club, which is the worst audience for any type of comedy.
Yeah.
The Key Club, it's like this hip, cool metal. And like Scott Ian from Anthrax is there, the guy from Quiet Riot with the dead lead singer, all this shit.
Wow.
Oh my God. And then the loser Deus comes in, and then it's like fat Ralphie May, that fat guy who looks like he swallowed the Wu-Tang Clan, a 400-pound wigger. What is that all about? And, it was horrible. So Dirty Jew Jeff Ross is the host, who I love. He was really funny. And then it just kept getting downhill and downhill. And poor Gene, this is him. He comes in with those big kiss boots.
Up to his thighs.
Up to his thighs.
900 years old.
They're so tall.
Right.
He goes, 5 women walked him down the stairs, and it was not because it was like hot. It was because he couldn't keep
needed
it
help, yes.
You mean these women couldn't keep their hands off
Oh,
him?
yeah, and they were acting like all sexy with him, and he's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
So he's walking down the big, they had those light up eyes, the demons on the feet and everything, so he's coming down. He gets on stage, and he goes to do a tongue move where he goes to lean over, he falls.
He fell down right
He
there.
fell over, and they had to retake the whole thing. It was like the funniest thing ever.
That's what they should leave in. What are you, crazy? How
So
do you
we're
not
sitting
leave
there,
that in?
and the people who are roasting him are like his wife, some comics, of course, Paul Rodriguez. They added a spick. They add uppity Paul Mooney at the last minute, so I got to worry about saying the N-word. This one is all uptight.
Yeah.
Then this Danny Bonaducci comes in, who's insane, as you know, and he was actually well behaved compared to Steve-O. I know Craig Gass told you Steve-O was literally urinated 3 times on that day. He was that
terrible.
nutty.
That's
It was
terrible.
really out of control. And Danny got him kicked out. That's so funny.
Well,
It's
he
bad
peed.
when Danny gets people kicked out for bad behavior.
Danny was mad because Steve-O peed
Almost
right
right
behind
near
Danny,
on him,
almost
yeah.
on Danny's head.
Oh, I know. It was disgusting. And you know what? I'm all for dirty white boys. I think it's really hot. He's kind of edgy and stuff. And I go, I want to talk to him and say hi and stuff. Ugh. Once you
Too
whip out
much.
your dick, it's disgusting.
It's not cool.
And it wasn't even a good dick either.
Really?
That's what's wrong with these people. Leave it in your pants if it's not nice.
Now, Steve-O pissed in a cup or something?
He peed first, just in general, I think. Then he peed in a Poland Spring water bottle. And then he peed in a cup. So I was like, somebody's going to pick up that drink, like Craig Gass or somebody, and drink that shit. Oh, my God. Okay, so it's the longest roast in history.
So you probably couldn't even drink because you're afraid you don't know which cup it is.
Yeah, I was like, I am sticking with whatever I got here. Forget it. So I'm like, oh, my God. So the roast is going on and on. It didn't even suck that bad, though. Like, a lot of the guys did good, but okay. They made all jokes about me, of course, because by the end, they're all chanting Lisa, because they want me to get everybody back. So I end up doing really good. I have fun. Then this, it's all for supposedly, it is for charity. He did it for the Wounded Warriors. Well, he brings out these military guys, and they give him the flag from whatever country we're fighting in, and it was sweet, you know. And he starts getting teared up. I thought that was kind of cute.
It's supposed to be a roast.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, it was worth doing because these fucking guys with the hand blown off. This is nice.
Right.
Wrote it
You
all
did
off
good
for
work.
charity. I
Right.
felt I was a gentleman about that.
Right.
I
You
did.
are a
But
gentleman.
the jokes about this, Gene Simmons. Do you want to hear some of my jokes from
Yeah,
Gene
what did you
Simmons?
say about
Oh my
Gene?
God. Okay, Gene Simmons really got it really good that night. First of all, I said, oh yeah, these are good jokes. Okay, first of all, I said we're here to roast a guy who's such an annoying Jew. If he was born during World War II, Schindler would have said, "List? What list?" Said, dude, age hasn't really been good to you. Your face is more roughed up than the students at Oprah School in Africa.
He is rough.
He's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
And that hair, I've seen better rugs in the back of rapist vans. I haven't seen hair that nappy since the Rutgers women's basketball team. And how did you come up with that hairstyle, genius? Did you catch Planet of the Apes on cable and go, that's a look? And Gene, stop with the facelifts. When it comes to plastic surgery, compared to you, Kanye's mom turned out better.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. Come on, that's a good joke.
That's a good
Shut up.
joke, yeah. Wow.
And then what did I say else about him? Oh, yeah, I go, Danny Bonaducci. Oh, my God, I got him pretty good. I go, Danny Bonaducci, sir, what a rageful, angry mess. I go, you beat up Donny Osmond and Greg Brady. Wow, you've beaten more queers than AIDS. That got an applause break because everybody hates him. And then I said the joke about C. Thomas Howell. Then I said that Gene Simmons is a huge star. And, of course, Chris Angel sent a tape. You know you're big when that happens.
He can't even show up.
I go, Chris Angel.
Chris Angel's looking for publicity anywhere he can get it.
Exactly.
Right.
And it was unfunny.
He knows not to do this show.
Danny Bonaducci, what a great guy to have at a roast.
Oh, he is good for fodder.
Right.
I said, Chris Angel's so irritating. When I watch his show, I always root for the wood chipper. And then I said, Craig Gass. I really got Craig Gass good. I said, surprised to see Craig Gass here tonight. I guess that means Frank Caliendo said no. I love Craig. He's been a great impersonator. I think he should do his Owen Wilson impression and kill himself. And then I said, Gene has, of course, killed music. I go, Jesus, the Jews killed Christ. Music, too. And then, of course, the
This
big...
is good.
I know, isn't it funny?
Yeah, so you really went
And he
off on
actually
him.
didn't get mad. This is what I like. He was really laughing.
Of course,
with
he
me.
should have
Good
fun.
sense of humor about himself.
That's the thing. I said they used to be
Probably
called
couldn't hear
kids.
anything.
He is looking elderly. I can't tell yet. Is that a wig or is it...
I don't know. I think it might be hair, but I'm not sure. There's some sort of weave or maybe
something's
it's
going
hair
on.
and weave. I don't know. I don't
Whatever
know.
it is, no good.
Looks a little brindle-flyish.
I had a nice little ending on it, too, which,
What'd you
I
say?
love my sincere ending. I said, right now I like to be sincere and say, what do you call a man who's a true rock and roll icon? What do you call a man whose songs will live forever in the hearts of millions? You call that man John Lennon. But he's dead, so all we have is this untalented windbag. So nice tongue, Gene. Thank you. Good night.
That's good.
He loved that.
Yeah,
and he
now-
stood up, he hugged me, and said, nice tits. That's what's hilarious about Gene Simmons. He reeks of sexuality. I don't care how ugly he is.
Really?
You think he reeks of sexuality?
Did you meet him?
Of course I've met him.
No, but he has a way of making you
Does
feel
he
like
turn
you're the
you
only-
on?
No, like I wouldn't. No, not for me. But I mean, I can see why 5,000 women banged him.
Right.
You know?
Right, yeah, there's
Sadly,
something there.
4,900 look like Carrot Top.
You think Carrot Top might have ended up there by accident? What? So do you hear from a Carrot Top when you make fun of him like this?
Well, no, he likes me because I'm
He does.
kind of friendly with him
Right,
through
right.
Larry the Cable Guy. And so he's like, oh, that was great. Thank you. I said, oh, you were really funny. He let me keep the black dildo. I thought that was nice.
That was nice.
That's a
of
team
him.
player.
Yeah, that's a good guy. Now, so you didn't get paid for the roast, and then I guess Gene told you, look, it's for charity. But then didn't
Yeah,
he,
it was
now,
just
now
nice.
isn't he selling it on DVD?
Yeah, but that all goes to charity.
It does.
Yeah, and I can't say I
All
doubt
right.
him.
Okay,
You know, because
okay.
I think he's a money grubbing heeb, but I'll tell you something, not a dishonest money grubbing heeb.
All right.
There's a big difference,
All
as you
right.
know.
He's very honest.
Very honest
But nevertheless, you will call him a heeb.
Absolutely.
Lisa, you are delightful. people, I want to tell people about what's going on with you. Not
Unfortunately,
only
the people don't get to vote.
Yeah, if I did, I think I'd be a clear. Although Lopez,
he's hot.
Well, but all
He's
the
a funny
Mexicans
guy.
are illegal aliens, so they can't vote. So I think I would be a winner.
I hope you win. I'm a fan of your comedy albums,
Thanks,
and it would be
man.
nice to see you honored like this. You're
Do
right.
they present this award
No, this will
on
be
TV?
No, I think this will be the loser, but we'll get to go. I'll take my parents,
Mm-hmm.
before they die or something.
They present this one before the actual Grammys.
That's weird because you'd want to hear a comedy guy's acceptance
You would think
speech.
so.
That's true.
You would think so, but they don't. That's one of those they keep off of TV.
It's in between best polka album and best Zydeco album. It's
Right.
really a hot category.
I'll
right
never
there.
forget sitting there with Sam, and they didn't give it to him.
I know.
Never killed him. Just
Still,
killed him.
a Grammy is such a big deal to a comic because that's what Richard Pryor won one,
Right.
George Carlin, that was their biggest
We're
thing.
at the pre-ceremony, and Sam turns to me and he goes, "I don't give a shit. I'm going up on stage now, and I'm going to say fuck PDQ Baca." I said, "Sam."
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
though.
but Sam was on the balls of his ass. He was already being sued by a movie studio.
Oh.
He had just walked off the set of a movie. They had already invested $5 million.
Took or something like that.
Yeah,
okay.
he took. And I said to him, Sam, look, man, you got to use your common sense here. You're trying to get back in with Hollywood, and you go up there and you start trashing the Grammys and everything. I
Right,
said, you're going to be fucked. I said, you didn't win. Be a little gracious. So his manager at the time turned to me and said, thank God he listens to you, because he said he would have been up there doing it.
Yeah, because he actually got to be a presenter in the televised.
And they would have taken him off of that.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, I heard, didn't Kathy Griffin get in trouble because she when the Emmy, she didn't win the Emmy. She acted angry, but she was joking around.
Right.
And she had to make a call make an apology.
It's
I'm
so
going to start
silly.
bawling uncontrollably.
Right.
I'm going to just
Well, I'm
cry.
pulling for you. This woman is funny. You need to see her.
What
Thank
size
you.
is
Oh,
he?
and
If she
of
wins the
course-
Grammy, she'll probably retire. So
Right.
this is it.
Well,
This
big announcement, which I have not announced yet, but I
Yes.
wanted to wait till your show to do it. I got booked. I'm doing Carnegie Hall
Oh, wow.
on May 17th.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
Tickets go on sale March 28th. So I just wanted everybody to know and tell you first.
Well-
There's no way I'd be doing Carnegie Hall if it wasn't for you.
Well,
and
isn't
you
that
know
great? No, I love that. And
I
Insult
was
Comic.
about to ask her what
.com, thank
size
you.
is the arena she gets to play in now. She's getting
Oh,
so
now
big.
it's 2,000 and up.
Yeah.
Like Carnegie Hall's 2,800.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
It's really good, and you're up and coming, and to be nominated for a Grammy is a great honor. InsultComic.com is where you can check out tour dates and things like that.
Thanks, man.
Lisa Lampanelli, so great seeing you. Lisa, you kill.
I love you.
And
That's your
we're po-
official website, Lisa?
Yeah,
Insult Comic?
Yeah, because nobody could ever spell Lampanelli.
Right.
because they're-
InsultComic.com is
Yeah.
a better website for you.
Exactly.
Lampanelli.
I tried to buy Enter Love and Fag Hag, but they wouldn't give it to me.
Maybe you should have put
Not
Lisa
wrong.
Lamp.
You're probably right. Some
maybe.
retarded lamp cunt in
Lamp.
Virginia probably has that. and I'll
Lamp
get all
cunt.
pissed. I did try once
Do you
by
think
Enter
Lamp
Lover.
Cunt might have been a good website for you? Lamp Cunt?
What? Guess what was never taken, and I should buy it? Cunt of Comedy was never taken.
Well, what are you doing?
I know, honestly, I know, what am I doing with my life? This is terrible.
Rita Rudner didn't buy that up?
No.
No, she's
You know who originally owned it was Lucille Ball, but there was no internet. Well, there it is, and we certainly hope whoever is on the Chicago Cubs, I hope your ankle...
No, not the Cubs.
I mean,
the
the
Bears.
Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
When it's funny, Lisa's out in the hall, and she says, I banged one of the Bears. I thought she literally made it with a bear. I thought, wow, she's gone now to Bears.
Even worse than
Yeah.
white guys.
Yeah, she's gone
She
animal.
can't get white guys, she can't get black guys, she can't get Hispanic guys.
She's with the Bears.
She's with an actual bear. I said, was he very hairy? And she goes, no, a guy on a football team.
Ah,
Okay, I
there you
understand.
go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you.
You've never offended me.
Lisa, look at
Yay,
you.
that was
You're
fun.
blowing up.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Look
I'm
at you,
just a
you're
big
blowing up.
celebrity now. What can I tell you, man?
You used to come out right out and talk to me. Now you're kind of like,
No,
Grammy
go on. I'm
nominated.
talking to Gary. You got a lot of nerve even wanting my time. You know what this is going to cost you, bitch?
No, you're a movie star. You're doing Carnegie Hall. You're Grammy nominated.
I know I'm in trouble with an NFL player, probably.
That's right. You're banging pro football.
I banged
players
only
now.
one, but you know what? Probably never again because probably mad that I said he had a weird dick. But you know what? Too bad because you all have weird dicks when it comes down to it. Just get vaginas, guys. We'd be more comfortable with our own.
So what's next? Are you going to go to professional baseball? Or?
Fuck, a bowler, maybe maybe a fencer, maybe maybe a mime. I just feel bad because they all have girlfriends, you know.
Really?
Well, he's not married. He's only 22. I wouldn't fuck a married guy, but I just always feel like weird that I'm gonna get a text from him going, "Bitch, why you talking shit?" I said, "What am I gonna do? What else I gotta talk about?" I get laid like once every 3 months. You know, what else am I going to go on Howard and talk about? They always go. Will always says, "What about the love life?" That's all, you know. So hey, I did the best I could.
Well,
Sorry.
please don't bang any of the New York Football Giants. They're tired enough. They don't need to be up all night.
Thank you for at least those extra 45 minutes it takes. They can all go squeeze one off in the truck. Thank you, dude. You rock. Woo, thank you.